I'm biased, but in my opinion, that is the greatest intro in radio history as far as I'm concerned. But again, I know I'll take my bias out of it. Queens of the Stone Age, Better Living Through Chemistry, mixed with a little Jim Morrison, wakes you up every single day. Right here on 97.3 The Fan. We are Ben and Woods. Great to be here with you on a Wednesday. Fired up today. Don't know why. Slept like absolute ass. Just the big steaming pile of ass is how I slept last night. But I'm here. I'm ready. And we've got the lights dimmed and everyone's looking good and pale kind of in the chat here, the three of us. But I'm Woods. Paulie Reindels, the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Still got them jugs, don't you?
Still got them jugs, indeed. Working on getting rid of said jugs. That's kind of the goal. When you get older, you don't want them jugs. If you're a man, you don't. So I'm working on getting rid of my jugs. Ben Higgins, friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. What do you guys think of the dim lighting?
I love it.
People in the chat, Purple said 3 creeps creeping in the dark. It's softer. It feels better. It gets real bright and fluorescent in here, and I don't like that.
I think it looks good. Staged lighting.
Lighting.
Yeah, a little more focused on the talent,
Yeah.
the stars
The
of the
talent
show
and the
here.
stars
Yeah.
of the show.
I had a question because you mentioned obviously the song Queens of the Stone Age starting the show. Does anybody still use the clock radio alarm feature to wake up in the morning? Which I always used to do, and you could set it to your favorite radio station at a specific time. Because if you did, everyone uses their phone now as their alarm. But if you had the clock alarm, we come on specifically at the same moment every day. So if you wanted to set your alarm like to the right moment, you could actually wake up right to wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On our show every
the
single
first
day.
thing you would hear is everybody in?
Yeah.
Is everybody in? And then the wake up. I don't want to wake up like that.
Yeah, that's a rough start.
It's
to the
a
day,
rough.
actually.
I need a gentle. My alarm is like this loud, like beep 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 beep. It's nothing. I cannot do a jarring
I would
wake
think
up.
6 a.m. is the most common
Yeah,
weekday wake up.
I would
time,
guess.
right?
Especially, I mean, that's what our giant egos would tell us. Yeah, you wake up at 5:58 every day just to tune into to Ben and Woods. Yeah, you guys can't hear it in the chat. I'm sorry. There's royalties and things like that. But if you want to hear what we sound like every day, just go download Queens of the Stone Age, Better Living Through Chemistry. It's just the perfect intro, in my opinion. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling?
Good party
Good.
day today.
I have this like smart alarm clock, and I'm trying to. It eases you in.
Yeah,
It,
I know.
starts
We've done the
15-minute.
the 15-minute gent.
And this
Yeah.
That gentle, really?
The Gordon Lightfoot.
You just kind of slowly start to open your eyes, and it gets a little bit louder.
It's not a real wake up
And a
unless
little
there's
bit
at least
brighter.
one panicked jolting.
I need
adrenaline.
I need some sort of trill.
Oh, no.
Some sort of trill.
The ease in has been game changer. So good.
Feels real good to ease it in sometimes.
Mhm.
Real good.
And McKee says, that's how I wake up every morning. Love my clock radio. I'm glad someone still has a clock radio that's set to 6 a.m. so they can get the exact start of the show every single day.
Both of my children asked for alarm clocks for Christmas, which is, again, it remains one of the weirdest requests. But, you want to make them happy. Also, I'm relishing these days until it's like, I need a new MacBook, you D-head. All right, I'll get you a new $7,000 MacBook. Dad, I really want an alarm clock. Sounds good to me. I'll go to CVS and grab one for you.
Is Radio Shack
I
still
know, right? Like such a random request.
To be fair, I specifically remember probably being about Bo's age, actually, getting an alarm clock as a gift. It was the Nickelodeon alarm clock. And in the 90s, it was the coolest thing. It was like what every kid was asking for. You were super excited to have it. But I remember it was just a clock. It was a clock radio alarm clock.
But it was like orange or something.
Yeah. It had some buttons that you could smash. and stuff.
Slime would shoot out of it onto your face.
I remember, though, being like 8 years old, I couldn't comprehend. Like I knew what a radio was, obviously, but I thought it was a Nickelodeon radio. I'm like, why can't it just play like the audio of the Nickelodeon channel that I watch cartoons on?
No, just put on regular radio.
Why can't I just listen to like the cartoons, the television channel through the radio?
Do you guys have TVs in your room when you were growing up?
Not until I was
like
in
11,
high school.
12.
High school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was this little tiny, I mean, like almost like a radio where you have to like turn a dial to like lock in the channel. That was not cable. It was just, pick up the antenna on literally. I mean, the picture screen was less than 10 inches maybe across.
Yeah.
It was tiny.
I had one eventually. I had the VCR TV combo giant square that you could put, VHS movies in. But I don't think I got one until I was like maybe junior year, which coincidentally is when everything fell apart for me. So, like grades went to, crap, started smoking weed and drinking all the time. That was a junior year. So maybe it was the media I was consuming at the time, or maybe I was just an idiot, or maybe I was just 17.
I remember I was like 11, I think, maybe, when I got a first TV in my bedroom, but I remember a neighbor was giving it away. It was on the side of the street.
Side of the road.
And it was the big
I'll
ass
take
heavy TV.
I'll take it.
Probably 20 inches or something. And I'm thinking, I'll take that and see what I can do with it.
Yeah.
It looked like it was broken. The screen wasn't broken, but I'm like, there's no way this works. My parents said, if you can figure out how to make that work, because it had an antenna on it, then we will let you have
it's
it.
All yours.
So I got Fox. I got all the networks. I got the main networks, and that was my first time I was able to watch the World Series on Fox.
Yeah, in your room,
in my bed.
It's classic.
It was perfect.
That's when you just lose your family
Staticky.
entirely. When you're a parent, you just lose them entirely.
Yeah.
Like if they have a video game unit in their room, or if they have a TV in their room, you're like, I'll see you on Saturday, dude. Enjoy.
Get home from school, straight into your room. You're not coming back out.
They are gone.
I didn't have video games until high school, much older. But parents did give me a Game Boy when I was 10.
Oh yeah,
and then the Game Boy that's with you everywhere.
Surfers Rule All in our chat says he uses Alarmy to get out of bed. Makes me get out of bed, go scan a barcode downstairs, or else I'm still sleeping.
Worst idea I've ever heard. Unless you have a real problem getting
up. I'm sure he's still asleep, but my oldest son is such a sound sleeper. Like when he would try to get up at school, he would set the loudest alarm.
Yeah.
I mean, beep, 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 beep. We could hear it throughout the whole house. The entire house could hear it. He's still sound asleep.
How?
It doesn't even wake him up in his ear. And now it's just a pain for the rest of us. It's like, what do we do? He will not get up, even with the loudest sound right next to his head in bed. It's a can you not hear that? We can
get up.
The neighbors 3 doors down can hear your alarm. You're not waking up.
I can't sleep through a mouse fart, man. I swear. If I'm in, I hear I'm like, what? What is it? What is it? It's killing me. I 4 hours last night. First thing I do, I wake up, I look at my sleep. How was my sleep last night? Some mornings I know this is going to be ugly. I had a 46 on the scale yesterday. I was like, this is terrible, but I actually feel pretty good. I got up, did my stretching, which has been elite. It really has been elite. Force myself out of bed 10 minutes early. I do 10 minutes of stretching, and it has changed. It just gets me going. It's just been really great. I use the app. It's called Just Stretch. The guy's voice is so funny. Hannah laughs every morning when I hit play because it goes ding, 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 and then you go into the first stretch. And at the end, there's a
position like you're
starting like a pole position, and then at the very end, so it's a different. The guy that's walking you through it has it's kind of like an Indian voice, Middle Eastern type voice. Then the guy at the end sounds like Ben. He's like, when you finished your last stretch, he goes, "That's great," every morning, and then you're done. And when you hear that guy's voice, I'm completely done. So it's good. You said today is party day. What does that mean?
Well, we have our company, well, not our company, but our building quad,
the property.
Christmas party.
I saw them setting up.
They were setting it up downstairs in our courtyard for, we're at the 6th floor of one of 3 buildings that have, I don't know, dozens of different businesses that call this particular workplace home.
Right.
And so they put together every year kind of a social mixer holiday party for everybody to go down.
Is it
get
a
some
mixer?
Breakfast? Yeah, you're supposed to go down and
meet chicks down there.
Meet the people who work on the 3rd floor at the other building.
How you doing? Yeah, it's me. What's he from the radio?
Yeah,
how are you? Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Paulie and I were walking in, going,
"You got is that a bagel? Oh, cool."
Do people actually enjoy being forced to socialize with other people that they don't know? And we both agreed. Some people do. Some people have that gene. Like, this is fun. This is different. We're going to meet the people who work on the 4th floor over there and the 2nd floor over here.
Now, hold on for a second. Hold on.
Yes.
At no time was this ever called a mixer. This isn't a Sadie Hawkins dance, is it?
It's a holiday gathering.
It's
for the entire complex.
No, it's a thank you for paying exorbitant rent here. Exorbitant. Once a year, we're going to give you some cocoa, throw some bagels out, going to get the plastic tins of cookies for you guys to eat, and then you get out.
I got it right here. It is a annual holiday event.
And
is what they're calling it.
It's a holiday event, Woods.
Why did you turn this into some sort of potential orgy that could happen down there?
I'm not. How did they spell bagels in the on the flyer that they put around the building too? BAGLES.
Will be providing coffee.
Bagless.
Yeah, baglays.
Bagless.
Pasties, no pastries.
Bagless.
Pasties and bagless for everyone. I will.
And then we are also having our Channel 10 holiday party luncheon today.
How many effing luncheons can one man go to in a week?
It's a lot.
Hate that word.
Luncheon.
I hate that word with the passion,
Luncheon?
with the fire of 1,000 suns. Hey, there's a luncheon. I'm out.
I'm lunch
Call
out.
it lunch.
I'm
Just
lunch
having a
out.
holiday lunch.
I had to do some digging yesterday because I was curious. Well, what are they going to be serving at the luncheon? But I didn't want to go directly ask my boss because that seemed uncouth. So I kind of asked other people in the building who might have overheard, like work in different areas where they're doing the planning for the party, because they don't do the planning in the newsroom.
How did your investigation go, Inspector?
It went pretty well. I talked with Steve, our tier 1, who works in the design department, which is over on the other side of the building. So he's around some of those people, and he said, I don't know, but I will make some discreet inquiries to find out.
You're literally just asking people about hey, what kind of food are they going to have? What kind of food are they
Isn't that
what do you think it's going to be?
Well, I didn't know.
Don't you think it's probably going to be pretty standard?
Well, I was curious. I thought
we're roasting a whole pig.
I thought it
parking
probably
lot.
Maybe trays of pasta or something from an Italian joint. I didn't know, but I was very excited to hear El Indio is catering Mexican food.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty good.
Tacos going to be great.
Tacos, enchiladas, rice and beans.
All right.
Like solid holiday fare. Maybe tamales.
Question for you. How many numbers do you think you can pull at today's holiday mixer downstairs in the in the parking lot? Let's see amongst the three of us who can pull the most numbers down, which is actually a game that you and your friends played, or me and my friends did back in the day.
I've never played that game, but I know you did.
Have you?
What's your record, Woods?
Like 4.
4.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
At a bar or
bar.
Okay, yeah.
Have you ever pulled a number once?
I would say
have you gone somewhere and met someone you didn't know, struck up a conversation and said, hey, let me get your number?
No.
Wow. Never once.
All right. Once when I was at a fast food Mexican joint, and I was already married for about 8 or 9 years. A woman came up to me and offered me her number, and I politely turned it down.
I needed every detail.
I needed all details.
Remember.
I don't
everything.
What
were you eating?
It was
you were by yourself. All right, tell me the whole story.
I was
Paulie,
just
give me
in
the
line.
fire. Get the fire crack.
I think it was like I think they had like an Oscars in Mission Valley, and I was just
Oscars Mexican seafood.
Oscars Mexican seafood.
God, that place is so elite.
I don't think it's still there anymore. They still have a couple, but this one was gone. But it was in that Mission Valley shopping center area, and I was just stopping by to grab something to eat, taco plate for lunch.
Elite. I
hadn't ordered yet. I was waiting in line, and the woman behind me in line, and I don't even remember how she started the conversation. Was, excuse me, is there any way I could get your phone number? It's just direct. It's just like directed at no small talk, nothing. That was like the first thing she said. I was so flustered.
I bet you got so red.
Yeah, I just didn't even know what to say. I said, I think I'm very flattered. I'm married, so I probably shouldn't. But
she's like, no, I just hit your car outside, buddy. I was going to leave you a note, but I saw you were standing there. I was going to, for insurance purposes.
The car is all messed
Your
up.
car's jacked up.
Once in my lifetime. She was cute.
What's
she look like?
She was cute.
She's standing back there. She looks at that ass.
Yeah.
She looks at those calves.
The calves.
And she is just like, I can't control this animalistic feeling right now. I need this cat's number, and I need it right now, this moment.
I don't really usually engender those kind of feelings in people.
You think that?
I'm the more, okay, I've gotten to know him for about 3 or 4 years. He's a really nice guy.
How many girls, let me ask you.
You know what? If I squint the right way, there's some things that are attractive about him. Yeah, all right, I'll go out on a date with him. I'm not the old, I must have him, I need his number right away sort of dude. All right.
So you were offered a number, but you've never asked someone for a number.
You were like, lady, I just want to eat my bean and cheese burrito.
Yeah, I'm just getting my surf and turf here, lady. Please. Never. Okay.
Never. Yeah, all my like dates and girlfriends
a
came from people that I had known for a while.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
I know you pretty well. Paulie, yes or no question.
Okay.
You answer it first, then Ben will. Did Ben get friend zoned a lot?
Yes.
Because I will tell you right now, if I was a girl, he would be such an elite person to put in the friend zone. He wouldn't threaten. He wouldn't be threatening.
I think you have to pursue a good amount to be put into the friend zone.
Oh, they need to know that there's interest.
And I don't know that Ben pursued a lot.
That's true. He probably was like, well, if they don't come to me, I'm not going to them.
Friends. I mean, you are friends.
I think Paulie kind of nailed it. A couple times for sure when I did start to pursue, I felt like, no, they see me more as friends, as opposed to anything else. But I was a little too timid to even
go to the friend zone.
No, I had plenty of friends who were females, but to try to then take it to the next level.
Got it.
It's kind of awkward at that point, though. It's
once
difficult.
She lays her head on your shoulder, is like, oh, I'm so lucky to have you as a friend. Yes, please take me to dinner on you. Right now, but you weren't perpetually friend zoned and running. There was a time, bro. I did okay with the ladies in college, but there was one girl that I'm not kidding you. Her name was Molly. Molly Wood was like. She was so hot, but she was like, "Well, I think you're cool, but I don't want to date you."
What was her name?
Molly.
Last name?
Molly McDonald.
Oh, I thought you just said Molly Wood.
No,
I was like,
no,
you were pursuing Molly Wood.
Molly Wood. Her name was Molly McDonald, and I was obsessed with her. I just was like, whew. Speaking of, still got them jugs. She'd be like, "Hey, do you want to go to dinner with me?"
Them jugs, don't you?
She'd go, "Do you want to go to dinner with me and my girlfriends?" And I'd be like, "Okay, sounds good." I was a bartender at the time, made a lot of cash, had a lot of cash on me all the time. I would take 4 girls out, drive them, and buy everyone's dinner and drinks. I was like the biggest cuck you've ever seen in your entire
I think we've all been
life.
there.
Yeah. And I also was trying to be the big shot and the nice guy. But I pursued.
Hey, I'll drive you to the bar so you can go meet other guys.
Yeah, go meet other dudes. I would pursue, and she would be like, Heisman. Finally. My last day in South Bend, she made out with me. And I was like, 4 years, thousands of dollars of all of this. 4 years and thousands of dollars.
That was just she didn't feel guilty after you were gone. Like, I gave him something at least before he left.
To get a good, solid 15-minute makeout session. And I knew my wife would love this story. She's in the chat saying she's 83 now. Oh, Betty. So I'm not making fun of you because she friend zoned me for a good solid 2 years.
So Dub J asked the very pertinent question that I don't think I've ever told the story on the air. How did you meet your wife?
Yeah.
Because we didn't know each other before our first date, essentially. But we always say it was an arranged marriage because my wife's mother went to high school with my aunt. So they knew each other. And we were actually at the same Christmas Eve party 26 years ago this month. And I hadn't seen her at all. But as we were leaving, the mothers had gotten together and they knew that we were both single and she had just moved back to San Diego from Washington State and they wanted us to meet. And they set up a very awkward, oh, have you met my daughter? And have you met my nephew? And put us standing together just awkwardly for 10, 15 seconds where neither of us had anything to say.
Well, the good news about you is that you're not awkward at all.
Well, but she's also the same way. So we both stood there very awkwardly, but kind of, I think, could relate to that. And then someone said, this is her number. So I did give her a call.
What do you mean someone said?
Well, I think my aunt gave me her number. And a couple of weeks later, I did call her and asked her out on a date. A couple of weeks. Well, after Christmas was over, because it was the holiday season.
Holidays are a great time to meet women.
And then
they're in much better moods.
We went out on a date and, hit it off. And the rest they say, is history.
Okay.
25 years and 2 kids later.
The holidays, great time. People are, if they're, this is not going to sound mean. I don't even mean your situation. People around the holidays, I feel like, are looking for, if they're single, it's a good time to be like, you know what? I'm in the festive mood. I'm feeling relaxed. It's a good time, I've always felt, to meet women, right?
Well, they may be looking for someone before
New Year's.
Yeah.
Poor Super West. Did you see this in the chat? He says, I am the king of the friend zone. Not intentionally. I just let too much time go by before I make a move. And by the time I do that, I'm in the you're like my brother bucket. Nobody wants their brother. Well, maybe in Mississippi, but in here in California, yeah, you actually, if you go in, man, and you show interest, make your move early so that you can get out early if she's not in. Don't slow. You don't have to slow play everything. If you see something and you think this could work, you gotta stick your nose in, right? ASAP. I say that as a man that was literally dragged around town as a Uber and a cash machine by a girl for a couple of years.
But if you move so quickly, then you just look like you're a player.
True.
And that's not necessarily the best.
I don't know that any girl would ever look at you and go, he is going to play me.
I get that. But if that's your just go-to, is you're always trying to make a move every single time, then you're not really presenting who you are to them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not.
I remember when I was like 18, and I had gotten friend zoned by somebody. And the movie had skipped. I just had not seen it because it came out before I was born. Somebody told me to watch When Harry Met Sally. And I watched it for the first time after being kind of put in the friend zone.
Elite.
And it changed my world. The movie did. Like, it opened my eyes. And like, oh yeah, you can't be friends with women.
It also taught me that you can look like Billy Crystal and get a woman that looks like Meg Ryan, because that's true. That's absolutely true.
100%.
It happened to me. It absolutely happened to me.
I've gone on record. Like, I think it's one of the most genius, like, best movies of all time.
It's a brilliant film that still holds up.
Men and women cannot. Once you enter that part of the relationship, it's over. It's either you're going all the way or you're done.
Or that's it.
There is no in between.
Learned a lot about dating and stuff from that movie. Sex and the City was a huge. You just sit and make checklists. Okay, do that. Don't do that. Do that. Don't do that. I mean, I tried to be a student of the game. I always learn. I always want to learn. But yeah, it was great. I don't know how we got on that topic, but gentlemen, if you're in the friend zone, you make your move this Christmas season. If you're in the friend zone and you just tell her, I've been doing a lot of thinking. What does he say in When Harry Met Sally? And the thing is, I love you. I don't want to spend another day without you.
When you find somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with,
you want the rest of your life to start
begin right away
as soon as possible. That's it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Well, good luck
when you get cold when it's 64 degrees out.
Good luck at the mixer
downstairs
today, fellas. Hope everyone meets the love of their life down there.
Can you be my wingman down there?
I think I'm going to split after the show. I really think I'm going to split.
At most, I'm stopping.
Your cologne?
At most, I'm stopping for one bagley. And then leaving.
And a cocoa. All right. Let's get into it. We got some rumors abound.
Oh, yeah.
We got a good show today.
Last day of the winter meetings. We will have updates for you. Sammy's going to join us again. We'll let you know. Set the menu for the Wednesday edition of Ben and Woods. Eno Saris is going to join us as well. Stick around. Just getting started. Tier 1s, thank you for setting your alarm or your phone or whatever to get up with us at 6 a.m. every single morning here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Let's get our first check of traffic this morning with Kelly Danick.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool.
A little nervous for this morning's program. You know why?
Ben Boras.
Yes, I'm putting myself out there.
No, Ben Boras is coming in.
Ben Boras is coming in. But
You're not doing anything.
This is me in a nutshell, though. This is I put a lot into my puns, and I feel like I get judged twice a year. We've got Mock the Draft and Ben Boras.
You love puns more than anyone.
I do.
So I think you're going to crush it. I'm not even worried about it.
They're always so hit or miss. We've had epic years. We've had epic fails.
But even the misses are hits.
But so does Scott Boras.
Scott Boras, yeah, exactly. Like the bar's not that high. He's a lunatic with these.
He is an absolute lunatic, and we are going to do that coming up right at 7 o'clock, correct, Paulie? So
yes, sir.
Early in the day, since Scott Boras did his pun session yesterday morning, Ben Boras follows up today with the clients who didn't rate Scott Boras's,
gotta be
witticisms.
Well, listen, I mean, Scott Boras is out there talking about Tarek Skubal. He's out there talking about the biggest names, the Cody Bellingers of the world. Down in the basement of Boras Corp is his nephew, Ben Boras. And he doesn't even let him use the proper name. He hasn't earned the Boras name. So he's Ben Boras. And he represents more of the mid-tier to lower tier, but
Correct.
Still big leaguers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Real free agents.
Real
These are
free
all
agents.
Real
These are
free
all
agents.
real free agents in baseball.
Not everybody gets the top level representation, though. Some people have to settle for second tier representation.
Which, by the way, is exactly like Boras Corp works in real life.
It is.
Scott Boras isn't doing a lot of work for that reliever.
How many times has Nick Martinez actually
Never.
talked
I
to
bet he's never
Scott
talked to him.
Boras
I bet he's never spoken to him. He's kind of like our agent. You just never hear from him.
We
Never
ran into each other one time, and he's like, "Hey, Scott, how you doing?"
I hear
hey,
you're
buddy.
great. Here's a card. Call my nephew.
He's like,
Call your contact.
actually, you already. Oh, all right. See you later.
You're already my agent. Oh yeah, I know. It's great. See you later.
I'm expecting big things out of you, kid.
Yeah. Keep kicking ass, bud. So yeah, I mean that's how the real Boras Corp works. I'd bet my house on it that Scott Boras doesn't talk to 95% of the guys he represents.
So we will be heading out to the winter meetings a couple of times today. Looking forward to having Eno Saris joining us at 8:35. He continues to tweet late night
eyeballs,
teasers, and emojis. Yeah, last night it was eyeballs,
double eyeballs,
1:30 a.m. Eastern time or something. And nothing seems to come out of it, but we can give a hard time about that and see how his winter meetings have gone. But 7:30, we'll have another session with Sammy Levitt. He is absolutely killing it with his coverage. Basically, his questions are driving Padres coverage from the winter meetings, and we'll talk about it coming up here. First, though, this hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Mission Fed. From first accounts to big life moments, Mission Fed can help. Saving shouldn't be stressful. Mission Fed makes it easier with great rates on savings, certificates, and ultra money market accounts. Grow your money the smart way. Check the latest rates and open an account at missionfed.com. Membership and account criteria apply. And Sammy actually got a little bit of strategy out of AJ Preller, and I think he was telling the truth. I know you can't ever trust anything in the offseason, especially at the winter meetings, but Sammy got some info out of AJ, and let's talk about the latest rumors coming out of the winter meetings involving your San Diego Padres, including one that Woods got a little confirmation on last night that could be not happening. But,
confirmation of speculation.
Of speculation,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, this is what off season is confirmation of speculation of things that probably won't happen but could happen. But it's spicy, and we'll get to it right after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Well, as expected, starting to heat up on the roads a bit. Getting reports of some debris in middle lanes on South 5 right before SeaWorld Drive. Also collision on eastbound 8 before College. Couple cars over the right shoulder. 2-vehicle accident in the North County, South 15 before Old Highway 395. There's a car over to the right shoulder and one in the center divide. Whether you're dashing through San Diego or heading out of town, make sure your car's in the game. Friendly techs at Valvoline Instant Oil Change will check your lights, wipers, tire pressure, battery, and more with every oil change. Grab holiday savings now at SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So yesterday, Sammy Levitt again up with AJ in his suite at the Waldorf Astoria there in Orlando.
Standing appointment with AJ every day in the suite?
Every day, yep. I believe he's there with all the press, but Sammy's asked some good questions that have elicited some good answers. And yesterday, Sammy was talking to AJ about the Dodgers signing Edwin Diaz. AJ did what AJ does. We know they're going to be really good, and We're going to try to keep up with them every single year, but it's a given that they're going to do that. But AJ actually did kind of admit that he is not planning on trading any of his bullpen guys, or at least he will be doing so very reluctantly. He does not want to trade away from his best strength and end up with just a mediocre bullpen at the end of the day. And I'm still curious. So how is AJ going to solve his starting pitching issue if he's not really willing to dip in to his bullpen arms to do so? I think that's the curious question that this offseason is going to, at some point, the answer will be revealed, because the Padres aren't going into the year with just the 5 pitchers that they have right now. They need depth. They need better starting pitching. But, our speculation perhaps that they would convert a reliever into a starter, that appears to be a no-go. We heard that from Craig Stammen and AJ on Monday, that neither, they've gone through it and the risks outweigh the rewards. Health-wise, strategy-wise, we don't want to weaken our bullpen to try to just improve our starting pitching. Okay, well, would you trade someone? And yesterday, AJ was, again, no, don't really want to weaken our bullpen necessarily. So how are they going to do it, Woods? How are they going?
Well,
are they just? But we also think they don't have unlimited money to go out and just spend and sign free agents to fill those starting pitching needs.
So I think when you're AJ Preller and you are dealing from a position of power, and he does, look, it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest bunch of bullets to walk into the winter meetings with. You don't have 10 top prospects that you're like, I'm literally willing to part with 4 to 5 of them, right? You don't have that right now. What you do have are the bullets that you have down in the bullpen. I think it's very smart to say, no, I'm not really looking to move those guys. Instead of, market's open, guys. Come tell me who you want, and we'll see what we can do. I think it's a smart play in the media, and I do think it's a play. Dave Roberts, the day before they signed Edwin Diaz, he goes, we're not making any splashy moves. Boom, $69 million for Edwin Diaz.
They
were
never
day.
really linked with Edwin
never.
Diaz.
And then, it comes out this morning from Katie Woo of The Athletic that, they want Kyle Tucker too. They're not going to go to 6 years, but they'll go to 4, right? So
and they are talking about Tarek Skubal.
Correct.
Too.
Yeah, that's again, if you trust what you're reading out there, they are very much interested in bringing him in and hoping they can re-sign him to a long-term deal, because he is one of the top 2 pitchers in baseball. Why wouldn't you want Tarek Skubal for a bunch of prospects that you can easily refill? They're in such a position where they could literally be like, the farm system's looking a little lean. We went from 1 to 12. I don't know, trade Glass now for 3 prospects. We'll get it back up to 8, in a one fell swoop. And if it doesn't work, we'll just buy our way out of it. They absolutely can do that. So they have nothing to worry about. 0. There's not one concern if you're an LA Dodger fan. Not one. I don't want to hear you bitching. I told you that yesterday. I'm going to tell you every day. So I do think that saying I don't want to trade any of the relievers just drives the price up, even if it's just a little bit. If it's one more prospect, if it's I didn't want to part with him, but I will because I really want Jeremiah Estrada or I want Mason Miller. The news that I got last night is again, take it with a grain of salt, however you want. We don't do this a lot, but I did, as we were wildly speculating yesterday. My understanding from the person I talked to is that Francisco Lindor is very much still very coveted by AJ Preller.
He certainly fits the mold.
He absolutely fits the mold. The other part I heard that we, again, wildly speculated that Mason Miller would be part of the return, and potentially Xander Bogaerts would go to New York.
Like,
first thing I would
the
say
exact thing we kind of just idly speculated about yesterday.
Like, the way that I heard it put to me yesterday was, it has legs. And I went, okay, fair enough.
That's interesting. And I think it's important to say, like, we know for a fact that Lindor was on AJ Preller's radar
5 years ago. He told me to my face.
Like, for a fact, we know that.
Stared at me in my eyes and said, "Wait till I get Francisco."
And while there
the
may
news
have
being
been a
that
bit
he's
of,
still on the radar.
Yeah,
there may have been a bit of bluster and
back
just
then
dreaming in that moment.
No, I thought that was a test.
There was very genuine desire on AJ's part. Well, of course he loves Francisco Lindor.
Why wouldn't you?
He loves every athletic, talented shortstop in the history of baseball.
Correct.
That's what AJ Preller loves.
He's trying to get A-Rod a couple years ago. I mean, so again, I think there's legs to it. Now, I do look at the winter meetings for AJ Preller and the Padres a bit like a big funnel. And I think it's very smart to start big. And hey, Steve Cohen, hey, David Stearns, let's talk about this, right? And you go down, not going to work. Maybe we add this guy, maybe we eat more money, you eat more money, whatever it is. Now, the thing is, if you swapped Xander Bogaerts for Francisco Lindor and threw in a Mason Miller in prospects, Lindor's expensive. He's more expensive than Xander, but it's for, I think, 3 years less. So you get out of the Xander Bogaerts age 50 to 55 contract that you've got locked up. So I think you do it in a heartbeat. I don't know that it's going great in New York either for Francisco Lindor. I just don't. That's what I've heard. Again, this is the information that I had. Hey, saw the wild speculation. It actually has legs. It is being discussed, which made me go, wow, that's pretty cool. But again, I have no idea if it's going to come to fruition or not.
I would consider it. I think Lindor is a fantastic player.
Sure.
If you like Manny Machado, you're going to love Francisco Lindor. He puts up similar numbers really every single year. 30 homers.
Better, actually.
Better OBP. He gets on base as well.
It's given up a lot.
Incredibly consistent. It's giving anything that includes Mason Miller is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You can get some starting pitching back in that deal as well.
Yep.
Then you absolutely have to consider something like that.
But
again, it does help you in the future. And think about a team with Francisco Lindor, Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, and Jackson Merrill.
Yeah.
As a core four.
Pretty solid.
I mean, all up to Xander Bogaerts. He's not been a superstar here in San Diego.
No, good year last year.
He had a pretty good year last year.
Good in the playoffs.
Francisco Lindor is still a top 10 MVP type player every single year. Fernando Tatis Jr. is a top 10 MVP player every single year. I believe Jackson Merrill, after dealing with the injuries and the sophomore slump adjustments, by the end of the year, he was looking a lot like rookie Jackson Merrill. He could break out and be a top 10 MVP type player. He was already an all MLB outfielder his rookie season. I think there's bigger and better things for Jackson. And Manny is so consistent. I mean, he's been in MVP voting as well. You could have four guys who are all potentially receiving MVP votes in the middle of your lineup. Who doesn't want that? Who wants to face that in any way, shape, or form? I think that is a very intriguing conversation to have with the New York Mets.
I think so too. I mean, again, and there's you can look at it and look down your nose at. I don't know how it would, what the final look, final tally would be on players going and players coming back. But
sure.
Somebody asked, why would the Mets take Xander to get Mason Miller? And Xander's very serviceable, like absolutely serviceable.
Good last year.
Played on the East Coast. Sure, absolutely.
I think you take that chance.
Would Xander go?
Does he have no trade?
He has some no trade. I don't know whether that
maybe
includes New York,
a limited.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. We'll see. I would definitely. I don't know that it's going to come to fruition at all, but again, it's certainly been talked about. And again, we've known that forever that he wants him here.
If that worked out hypothetically, you're giving them Mason Miller, and then
for 4 years of control.
Yeah, and then what was Xander's making, like 24?
Yeah,
Lindor's 32.
32.
So you're basically paying like $8 million more a year in the short term for Lindor, but then you're saving that $24 million or whatever for however many years Xander wouldn't be here.
Yeah, we'll see. I thought about it a lot. Like, man, Xander finally looks like he's getting comfortable here.
I know,
and that's good. And I like it. We all like Xander. Everybody wants Xander.
If it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be.
No, I'm not going to be bummed at all.
No. I think Xander could have a really good season next year as well.
When they say that he's shooting big, it's one of those crazy trades that will remind you of Juan Soto. I think that qualifies. So again, to hear that it had legs, I was like, oh, all right.
I mean,
sometimes you throw stuff at the wall.
Unless he literally pulls off some fantasy baseball trade where the guy was, you know what I mean? Like some insane, here's some prospects and we'll take your three best players. For AJ Preller to do anything, even remotely close to the Soto trades or the other big trades that have been compared over the last couple of days, it would have to be, there's Tatis, Machado, Merrill, or Bogaerts. And I guess, and Miller. AJ can't go big without moving at least one of those.
Of course.
Like,
of course.
It's not
Campusano and Gavin Sheets for somebody big.
That wouldn't be quote Juan Soto big,
right? This
without
would be.
one of those.
And I think
or more.
if we're being honest, is and we've talked about this for years, but the biggest future concern for the Padres is having both 39, 40, 41-year-old Manny Machado and Xander Bogaerts on huge contracts, no longer productive or anywhere near what they were in their primes.
You get out of one of those. Yeah, one is fine.
Both of those are going to be a real albatross for AJ or whoever the general manager is. If there's a way that you can shake up your roster right now and not really, you certainly, I don't know that you'd be getting worse with Francisco Lindor. Obviously, you'd be giving up Mason Miller. That's a lot. But if you get some pitching and address another need and also improve some of your future bottom lines and payrolls that give you some more flexibility in the future, it might soften the eventual downturn that everyone kind of sees coming at the end of the decade for the Padres. Like, how are you going to overcome that? Well, that move, then, Lindor becomes a free agent in 3 years, opens up a bunch of money. You don't have Xander on the books anymore. All of a sudden, you have the flexibility to make some moves at the end of the decade, depending on where you are as an organization.
KG says, if you give up Miller, then who do you have as a closer? At the beginning of the year, you have Estrada, you have Morahone, you have David Morgan.
Morahone would be a great closer.
You have you play matchups, right? Craig Stammen's a bullpen.
And Adam has done it before.
Jason Adams done it before. Again. Yeah, you can. I'm not the closing position. I don't worry about so much. And again, at the deadline, if you need a closer, you don't have to give Leah Dallas DeVries for your next closer. You really don't.
A rental.
And they've done a really good job here, always, at finding a guy that can lock down the ninth. That's just one thing as a Padre fan you really haven't had to sweat very much. It was Josh Hader. It was Heath Bell. It was Houston Street. It was on and on and on and on. That's not something I'm worried about here. Brad Hand, 100%. Just go down the list of the absolutely elite closers that have rolled through San Diego. Trevor Hoffman.
Those are all-stars. Every single one of them. So I think if Adrian Morahone wanted to be the closer, done. But yeah, he's really valuable as a setup. You're absolutely right. But your bullpen, you lose fluid. Mason Miller, even in a trade where you're getting somebody like even for Francisco Lindor, your bullpen's taking a hit. You're losing Robert Suarez, and then now we're talking about Mason Miller.
Yep.
That's a huge hit.
Bradley Rodriguez steps into a higher leverage role, in the seventh or eighth.
Yeah, I think
Estrada
we all agree
closes.
you can sustain it, but you can't sugarcoat
They're very high on David Morgan.
Yeah, they are.
They have arms.
They got arms.
That that's why we keep speculating about the bullpen, because they do have enough arms.
They do
to still have a good bullpen.
And again, you're really only having to weather a few months. You're having to weather a few months. Can we find the slots for these guys until the trade deadline?
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, and then, when the trade deadline comes, it's, hey, the Marlins closers on the block, or the Royals closers on the block, or the Reds closers on the block. You find a closer. Everyone always says you can always find a corner outfielder and a first baseman. We can't. Closers is not something I'm worried about.
The Pirates signed Giovanni Soto yesterday for $7 million. They're going to trade him at the deadline.
He will be traded.
He will be traded at the deadline.
I didn't even know they did it. I didn't even know they signed him.
They signed him yesterday or late last night, and they will trade him at the deadline. He's already on the trade deadline block from the Pittsburgh Pirates. You can guarantee that he will be one of those guys that is dealt in July. Yeah. You can find, if you're in contention, you can find relief arms later in the year.
We had Trevor Rosenthal. Somebody said in the chat too, David said, to Woodsy's point, who the hell was Robert Suarez when he got here? 100%. And he's about to cash in free agency as well. So yeah, I'm certainly interested if something like that happens. The big splash move is a signature of AJ Preller. Can he get it done? If anybody can, it's him.
Well, to be clear, somebody said, all that for Lindor. It's not just for Lindor.
No,
you got to look at what you're also getting rid of.
Getting rid of it and
getting rid of one of those contracts.
And what you're not paying years down the road.
That's how you can kind of turn around the future a little bit.
That's true.
Ben Boras will represent his clients with puns and passion when we return with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. Hour number 2, Ben and Woods on a Wednesday morning. Sammy Levitt will join us from the manager's breakfast at the winter meetings, or just fresh off the manager's breakfast. Whatever that is, he's going to kind of tell us about it. Coming up at 7:35 on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. All guests on Ben and Woods appear courtesy of David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Sammy also had a chance to talk a little one-on-one with Scott Boras yesterday after the hordes of media had cleared out. Sammy got a question or two in, including Scott, who, of course, had a pretty good relationship with Peter Seidler. You know, they worked together in terms of bringing some clients to San Diego, and Scott always said some nice things about the Padres owner. He asked about the direction of the possible sale of the San Diego Padres to Scott Boras.
Scott, obviously, you're somebody who's dealt with the Padres over the course of the past few years. Xander Bogaerts, the Juan Soto trade as well. Obviously, a team that is exploring a potential sale. Great baseball city, great market. What's your view and your hope for what happens in San Diego?
Well, Peter's intention was to build a platform, and he did. And it's a city that has rewarded that franchise with, attendance, notice. It's a great place to play. It really deserves an aggressive measure to continue with their postseason ways, and I hope the existing ownership and the new ownership do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what you expect to hear from a super agent. He wants them to keep spending and spending on baseball players so they can try to win. I get it. But it was nice to hear also.
Big fan of the 3/4 zip. He really
loves Scott Boras?
Oh, man, it's his signature look. The 3/4
I should have
zip.
brought one in today.
I know. Actually, it would have been a good
Working
idea.
for him in the corporation. Now, do we have any of his puns from yesterday as well, Paulie? From the actual clients that he represents at baseball's winter meetings, trying to drum up interest. And I don't really know I've got to imagine the GMs roll their eyes when they hear, they have their own evaluations of every player. They're not going to be influenced by Scott Boras, but
or they kiss his ass and they're cracking up.
He obviously wants to get his clients' names out there, talked about people like us in the media. So he does this session every single year at the winter meetings where he goes through his clients and, puns them up for us.
Yeah, here's one. I think we talked about this when we didn't hear how he said it, though, talking about Alex Bregman.
I think everyone is aware that the Bregman is something special and different other than his performance. He's, you're talking one of the few regular everyday players that has 8 consecutive postseason appearances. So, in October, it's Alex in Wonderland.
Oh, my God.
And it's a regularly scheduled event, no doubt.
Oh, he flubbed it. Regularly.
Is he coming up with those on the fly? Does he have notes? How does it even work?
He's probably paying professional writers.
Somebody's in his ear.
That's the best.
Somebody's got to be in his ear.
All right.
Regularly.
I don't feel as bad anymore.
Here's this one. I don't know if it landed. I haven't heard it, but just on reading it, I'm not sure that it landed. Here he is talking about Tarek Skubal, who continues to be very much in the news.
Skubal is metrically dominant, both in advanced and traditional measures. I mean, he's truly a saber-proof tiger.
Oh, my God.
If you want to look at the tail of the tiger, without Scoobs, they're a mystery machine.
Like Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, the mystery machine. He needs some help.
So I can't tell if he is actually, because he's definitely trying to make it look like he's thinking of these on the fly.
Correct.
He's like, his eyes are kind of wandering.
be.
He's thinking. So he's either a bad actor and not executing well, or he really is like just trying to go off the cuff.
Why does he talk like this?
Well,
it makes me want to stab someone.
That's because
I'm staring
he's
at him.
trying to look around.
Say it.
And make it sound like
Spit it out.
he's thinking really hard.
Somebody's in his ear.
Like
I really
the
think
engine.
someone is in. I think someone is in his ear, and they're like Tarek Skubal.
Oh, like
and
he has an earpiece.
yes, they're like, all right, ready. So we're gonna go. Remember Skubal, saber-proof tiger, and he's like the saber-proof tiger.
If you
Good
want
news
to
for
look at the tail of the tiger.
good news for Ben Boras is that you can't get any worse than
I feel better now.
Scott Boras, as you should. Are you ready to?
I am ready.
All right, welcome back to Ben and Woods. We have a very special guest this morning. We are joined by, well, he's a little bit, works just to the side of the mailroom at Boras Corp. His name is Ben Boras, and he is the nephew of Scott Boras, and is given some pretty big names in baseball to represent. Not the biggest of the biggest, but Ben, welcome back to the program. It's great to have you.
It's good to be here.
Let's start with probably the biggest name on your roster. Really, really great player, JT Realmuto.
Well, let's get real here. If you're looking for a catcher that can do it all, JT is the real deal. I won't stay mute on JT's talents, but we'll shout it out for all to hear.
Fantastic. Okay. It's very, very good. Very good. Chris Bassett really, really helped Toronto get to their first World Series in a long time, almost won it. Chris Bassett, a free agent this season, this offseason. How's it looking for him?
Well, I plan to hound every GM about my client, Chris Bassett. If you want to land a prize catch, this Bass is it, and the one you should be angling for to round out your starting rotation.
Is there a reason that you slipped into Southern accent at the beginning of that?
I think you can't talk about a Basset hound without
getting
getting a little Southern.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Right, sorry.
What about one very eye-washy player, in my opinion, but a good player, good solid player, makes every team better? Harrison Bader.
Ooh, Harrison Bader. Well, if you're looking for a baseball master, Harrison Bader is the perfect center fielder for you. He's got a great stroke and plays hard right until the game's climax.
What? What?
Is that one a little racier than Scott Boras would?
That's the
normally
raciest thing you've ever said.
He is truly a master. Bader. Ty France is a name we are familiar with. Played here in San Diego, went to San Diego State. What can you tell us about Ty?
Well, unlike his namesake, Ty France will never surrender, even when he's going up against fellow free agent Herman Marquez. He's aging like a fine Bordeaux and can deliver Eiffel Tower power while serving as your DH.
That is absolutely fantastic. Now, here's a name that was a little bit under the radar. He's a relief pitcher. His name is Sean Armstrong. Good season last year for the Texas Rangers. But, yeah, he's out there. Good arm.
Yeah, this one kind of wrote itself. If you're looking for a strong arm for your bullpen, there's only one solution. Sean Armstrong. After 8 different stops in the big leagues, he's looking for his 9th life as the right-hander you didn't know you needed or didn't know at all.
He's better. I will say Ben Boras is better than his uncle. When Scott passes away, Boras Corp's in really good hands.
Oh, yeah.
And
Boras Corp.
Boras Corp is in really, really good hands. Wow. Dustin May is another name that's out there. I legit thought he would be a Cy Young Award winner one day.
Well, now he may just be the biggest steal on the market. Dustin batters left and right. You'll be getting May flowers from all of Major League Baseball when you sign Dustin May for your rotation.
All right, that wasn't great. Scott Barlow, another former Padre. We've seen him here.
If you're in the market for an experienced bullpen arm, set the bar high with Barlow. They don't call him Great Scott for nothing. Scott Barlow is the perfect spot for late night drinking and late inning relief.
Wow. God, these are really,
crushing
really
it, Ben.
good. You are murdering this. Now, the next name on the list made a stop here. Could have gone better. But I think he definitely packs a punch in every lineup he's in. His name is Tommy Pham, and he may be the most terrifying player.
I'm proud of myself.
That's right.
Well, if you're looking for a fantastic outfielder, I've got the player for you. Who's Tommy, you say? Baseball fans are familiar with his work. You won't be famished for hits if you make him part of your baseball family. Just watch your step because he knows Muay Thai and keep him away from the strip clubs.
All right, Jonah Heim.
Well, if you need a catcher, Jonah Heim will help you lick the competition. He never chokes and can even save other people who do.
Heimlich. Oh, I just got that.
Yeah.
And then these next two, you have
package deal.
Package deal. Maybe you get 2 for 1. You've got Ty Adcock and Pierce Johnson.
We'll wrap it up here. Since the Padres already signed Ty Adcock, perhaps they'd also be interested in a reunion with Pierce Johnson. These two are unafraid to go places other guys don't even want to think about, if you're into that sort of thing. And I mean powerful bullpen arms. Ty Adcock and Pierce Johnson are torture on the opposition.
You're unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Ben Boras.
Wow.
That Harrison Bader one I'm going to be thinking about for a long time.
Got a great stroke. Plays hard right until every game's climax.
Even to the climax.
You've gotten so much better at that.
It's elite.
That was really, really good.
KG the Elephant said this is a competitor for segment of the year. I couldn't agree more. It's really, when you put something like that in Ben's hands, after 8 years together, you're like, even if it's horrible, it's going to be great.
Right.
So it's really a can't lose proposition. I'm very proud of you.
The process is an interesting one because you get a lot of names, and I'm pouring through all the clients, going, all right, who's going to work out here? Who are the right fits for Ben Boras's stable of clients this season?
Paulie, I do want to hear his slip into Brian Kelly speak. It's whenever you can get the Chris Bassett one, which I believe was second.
That was the second one.
Maybe and don't do this.
And don't do this potentially. It was really.
I'm here with
I'm
my
sorry.
family.
Paulie had the background all set up for me, and for some reason it clicked on it. It would not pop up anymore.
That's all right.
After we tested it, it was a little bit better with the background.
That's why you work next to the mailroom, Ben Boras. That was. I dare say that yours are 10 times better than Scott Boras's
this year. I think I'm pretty proud of what I've accomplished compared to my mentor.
You know what's funny is he's going through the list. As we're going through the list, I'm like, I would take like 5 of those guys on this team.
It wasn't a bad list when you think about who's still available out there on the free agent market. There's some decent arms, helpful names that could actually, any of those guys maybe could have been Padres at the end of the offseason.
You just heard Ben Boras. Now compare it again to Scott Boras. Here he is talking about Pete Alonso.
What's the plan for Pete Alonso here, Scott?
Pete lives in Tampa. It's rather warm there. So the polar vortex of last year was kind of thawed. So, the prior market, this market is, that prior bear market is exhausted. So now we kind of have the running of the bulls in Tamplusa.
Tamplusa?
Pamplona?
I don't know. Tamplusa? He's lost it.
He's lost it.
He also he may have had a few cocktails before some of these because he's slurring and stumbling over his words. And you were way better.
Thanks.
You crushed it.
You were way better.
Thank you.
Way better. Brilliant.
All right, we've got Don't Do This coming up next before Sammy joins us. And apparently, at least Paulie says, we missed a major opportunity to promote the Ben & Woods brand nationally.
Yeah.
I'm kind of nominating myself for Don't Do This.
Thought about that as well. You said that last night. I don't put any blame on you because I don't think I would have wanted the blowback. And I feel like there might have been, because I saw some Twitter wars sparring over this yesterday between former players from former schools that are all accusing everybody of taking money under the table. But we could have started all of that.
Plus, we will salute a longtime member of the Padres organization on an epic milestone and do this. It's all coming up next after a check of traffic with Ben & Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
First, middle of the week. It's 7:14 on a Wednesday. But if you are just getting off maybe an overnight shift and you're looking for a place that's open where you can unwind, have some fun, I love that 7 Mile Casino is open 24/7 to play cards, to have something to eat, or just to go to a place where you feel like, okay, there's action, there's something happening here all hours of the day?
Yeah, it really has everything that you're looking for. If it's just like you said, food, great, phenomenal food. Great place to go lunch, in and out. But, man, you can go sit down and play 20 minutes of California-style blackjack. I've done that many times at 7 Mile Casino. I haven't really had the long, 7-8 hour stretch in there. It's mostly been 30 minutes at a time, 45 minutes at a time. Always have a great time. They got Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, Baccarat, and of course California style blackjack.
I agree with you. There are some poker players who will sit down for those long
days,
overnight, day-long stretches. More power to you. If I'm going to do that, I definitely want to do it at 7 Mile Casino. You just feel
cool. Yeah,
you feel more like a real person in there than you do walking into the back of a smoke-filled casino. So I appreciate that. I love the food at Sammy's at 7 Mile, whether it's the regular menu or the weekend brunch menu, award-winning best in the South County, Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Enjoy it on their beautiful patio overlooking San Diego Bay. So many different reasons to head on down, but proximity, number one. Check it out, 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Sammy Levitt coming up from the bottom of the hour from the winter meetings. First, though, it's time for Don't Do This, brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die. Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com. This is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. I will start. Troy Aikman is not happy about his involvement with NIL efforts at UCLA. Had this quote going around yesterday. He said, quote, "I gave money to a kid. I won't mention who. I've done it one time at UCLA. Never met the young man. He was there a year. He left after the year. I wrote a sizable check, and he went to another school. I didn't even get so much as a thank you note." So it's one of those deals where I'm done with NIL. I want to see UCLA be successful, but I'm done.
That's fantastic.
With it.
What's the don't do this?
Well, I mean, it could be to the kid who didn't write the thank you note, or it could be to Troy Aikman, who's asking to be thanked for like donating money to the school. If I don't know, I look at NIL now it's their employees essentially. They're getting paid to play football for their school.
He's not the corporation.
Yeah, but do you have to thank?
That's a gift.
It's not a. I mean, it's
a gift.
It's
a monetary gift.
You're trying to raise money to pay kids to play for your school.
Yeah, but the
kid is the employee. Now, the athletic director, absolutely.
I was going to say UCLA should have.
And I'm
Troy
assuming that UCLA has thanked Troy Aikman for his help.
Doesn't sound like
raising
it.
money for the program, but I don't think you should expect each kid on every team to thank every donor to NIL money. I mean, was this specifically given to? I'm assuming it's probably Nico Amaleva, the quarterback who then transferred. No, it's someone else.
I saw somebody else.
Someone else?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I don't know. It felt like a weird expectation that, I mean, players don't even necessarily know where specifically all that money that's coming because you
get a check and it says from Troy Aikman.
Well, I don't think that's how it works.
He said I gave him. He goes, I wrote this kid a check. Is what he said.
I wrote a sizable check
to him.
Yeah. Well, I thought the money goes to the school, to their fund, and then the school then distributes it to players.
I thought that was the way too until I read his comments yesterday. It sounded like this dude wrote this.
He
guy
just wrote a
check.
check to someone.
Like,
is that even legal? Can you just do that?
The AD calls you and he's like, Ben, we got to get this guy.
Yeah,
and you're like, all right, I'll write a check. Send it right to him.
I thought it went to the school first, and the kids then get the money from the school. But maybe he did write a check specific. I guess if someone wrote me specifically a check, I would at least check. Yeah, thank you. Note to
thank you,
Troy,
Mr.
for the
Mr.
$1 million
Aikman.
or whatever it was.
I can totally see though, like, hey, we got this kid, we got to get him. Write a big check. Okay, I will write a big check. And then he leaves the next year. You're like, I'm not doing this every year. Like, I can totally, like, you of all people should absolutely understand.
Kevin points out we paid Steve Sugimoto directly NIL money.
Yeah,
we did not go through SDSU. We were kind of on the cutting edge of NIL.
Yeah,
back
we were.
Then.
We
that
were.
was very early in the day. And Steve has thanked us plenty of times.
Many times.
Okay.
All right. So last week, on a kind of a whim, we were talking about Coach Ed Orgeron, former national championship coach for LSU, coached at USC as well. And on a whim, we said, Paul, you got his number. Just see what he's doing. A lot of hubbub going around college football right now. Let's get Coach O back on the show. So he comes back on the show and happens to drop this absolute bomb right here on the Ben and Woods program. How would that change it for you, having, $25 million to go out and spend on your roster?
Well, back then, that wasn't legal, so I can't talk about that.
Exactly.
I can't tell you how much we had.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Zero. We know.
You had to build it from scratch, right, Coach?
Hey, now this is just a joke, okay? Just a joke.
Yeah. Yep.
They asked me to say, Coach, well, how you gonna deal with the NIL? You went out of coaching, there was no NIL. I said, hey, it's easy. Back then we had to walk through the cash. We had to walk through the back door of the cash. Now we can walk through the front door.
Zion laughing at his own joke.
We had to take the cash, pay through the back door. Now you can just walk through the front door.
And then
really like
it was a good line.
Cracks up.
It got me.
Great line. Got me. And listen, nothing we didn't already know. So we heard that clip, and there was a thought, I think, for a moment of, hey, let's tweet that out. Let's put that on our Instagram. Let's put it on YouTube. Coach Ed Orgeron with a bombshell on Ben and Woods. If you know who we are, we don't really do that. We just don't. It's just not something
I
we do.
thought
We're not
about it,
looking for
and-
headlines per se.
And I was like, what if it comes back to bite Coach Owen?
I don't
in the
want him
butt,
to get
and I
in
don't
any
wanna
trouble.
get into controversy or something untoward, and then it comes back to our show. So
yesterday,
I'll be honest. My first thought was, if sound quality was better, because
Might have
his
done
phone
it.
was a
His
little
phone was
jacked
kinda
up there,
janky.
and I'm like, yeah, maybe if it was on Zoom or something, we would have clipped it. I don't know.
So yesterday, I was scrolling Twitter and I went, "Oh my God!" Told the exact same story on Bussin' with the Boys yesterday, and it has gone completely viral and spread
all
like
kinds of online stories. Sports Illustrated, everywhere has picked this up. This story
yesterday.
We all know that SEC was NIL before NIL.
Hey, you know,
I love that
look
laugh.
at it, look at it. You know,
We're way past it. Can we now just admit
it's
it?
all good. Hey, you know what? I say, hey, coach, you've been out of coaching for a while, and how are you going to adjust that NIL? I said, well, it's a minor adjustment. And they said, what do you mean? I said, back then, we used to walk through the back door of the cash. Now we just got to walk through the front door of the cash.
It's the exact same joke. It's the exact.
You refined it a little bit.
It's like he came to an open mic night here. Was like, that got a laugh. I even laughed so hard at my own joke. I'm going to take it to the Comedy Store on Sunset, and I'm going to do my material there. And it absolutely worked. It's gone
tweaked
viral.
it a little bit,
Tweaked
and,
it a touch.
You know, he didn't laugh at it himself as a good comedian. He definitely worked on it with us, and then debuted it on a national scale.
Something tells me that's not the first time he said that joke before,
Probably
but it was interesting. Yeah, we got workshopped. How would that change it for you, having $25 million to go out and spend on your roster?
Back then, we used to walk through the back door of the cash.
Comboed it.
Now we just got to walk through the front door of the cash.
I got the clean audio.
There we go.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. And so I'm sitting there yesterday. Now, the funny part is that I saw like a USC wide receiver arguing with an Alabama wide receiver about who got paid more. No, I knew you guys, where'd you get those Escalades? I mean, it went crazy yesterday online with Bussin' with the Boys. They were I guess they had the stones to actually throw it out there on social media. Well, we did not want the hubbub, and we didn't want Coach O to get in trouble, and apparently he's not going to get in any trouble.
He loved it.
He loved it.
He loved it.
He loved it so good he said it twice.
God, that's funny.
It was great.
Finally, some do this.
DD mega doo-doo.
Now, remember, the winter meetings are more than just rumor central. It's actually a lot of business gets done. They have dinners and banquets and award ceremonies, including last night. They honored some of the scouts around Major League Baseball, including one of the Padres' own. Logan White was named West Coast Scout of the Year for Major League Baseball. And while he was accepting the honor, the longtime right-hand man to A.J. Preller announced his retirement at the same time and got a lot of nice words said to him from around the country from people who have dealt with Logan White over the years. I've only talked to him a couple of times, but Logan White is just one of those baseball guys. And AJ has leaned on him heavily for his advice. He's really set a lot of the tone for the direction of the scouting organization for the San Diego Padres, which has always been considered one of the top in Major League Baseball. And congratulations to Logan White on a fantastic career.
No question about it,
one
man.
of the great scouts of all time.
40 years, man.
Yeah.
Think of all of the
years.
exciting trades that we've had to cover and enjoy as fans, and all the fun players that have been a result of those trades. Like, he's the guy that was scouting a lot of those prospects to make those trades. Mackenzie Gore, stuff like that. James Wood.
Would love to talk to him, man.
So
He says
cool.
get him on the show. Would love to talk to Logan White. Would love to.
Sure,
Absolutely.
I think we have.
I think we have before.
It's been a while,
It's been a while, but we've had him on, I think, at least once, and I've talked to him a couple times down at the
Yeah,
ballpark.
me too.
But you talk about inner circle with AJ.
Yeah.
He is as inner circle AJ as you can get.
I wonder how bummed AJ Preller is now about this.
I wonder.
You know,
I mean,
that's like a mentor
No,
friend.
it doesn't mean he's going like away. I'm sure AJ
Logan,
can still
yeah.
pick up the phone and
Yeah.
give him a call for advice and stuff. But in terms of just the day-to-day scouting, that's a
bit
rough
of a
life.
bit of a
That's a
grind.
lot. The scouts travel. I mean, they're talking sometimes 250, 300 days a year on the road when you're a real scout. That's a tough thing to do for 40 years.
Not to the world's greatest places either.
Exactly.
A lot of times, there's a lot of great stories I'm sure that he's got.
Podunk towns.
Yeah, podunk towns and foreign countries and backfields, and it's quite a life. Very interesting, and a life well lived and well served. Great job.
And that is Don't and Do This for a Wednesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, Sammy Levitt's going to join us from baseball's winter meetings. The manager's breakfast was this morning. Did Sammy glean any more information while dining on scrambled eggs and hotel potatoes with Blake Butera or something this morning?
Blake Butera.
I wonder what table he was sitting at.
Do they put the Stammen and Butera and Vitello and all those guys together? Like the kids' table? There's Francona, Dave Roberts, all these G's over here, and they're like, over there, nerds. Sit over there.
That is coming up next from Orlando with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I want to tell you about SDFatLoss.com. My way to lose weight should be your way to lose weight, the real way to lose weight sustainably. With real food, stuff from the grocery store. You can even eat out restaurants. You can even lose weight during the holiday season. I had a couple of cheat days when I did my 2 months and still lost 40 pounds in 60 days because of the great support I got from my counselors and the great overall plan they set for me at SDFatLoss.com. What you're not going to get with SDFatLoss.com, no injections with their potential side effects, no counting points or calories, no prepackaged meals or bars or shakes. I hated those on those other programs. And no exercise either. Does it sound impossible? It's not. You put in the work. You're going to have to eat the right things at the right times. But I got to choose what I ate. I ate a lot of chicken. I ate some steak. I ate some fish. I ate the vegetables that I liked. And I lost the weight. It was a game changer for me. Make the choice and go get your free consultation. At least find out about it. SDFatLoss.com is where you can set it up. And if you sign up now before December 31st, get their best prices of the year up to and over $400 off right now at SDFatLoss.com. And you can start right away or wait until after the holidays. Totally up to you. But lock in your price now. Sign up today and change your life in 2026 by going to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Final business on the last day of the winter meetings. The Rule 5 draft, I believe, is later today. Yesterday, you had the draft lottery. Congratulations to the Chicago White Sox, who will get the first overall pick in the 2026 Major League Baseball draft. Will Venable's team gets the number one pick. Padres were not part of the
sure
draft
they'll use
lottery.
it smartly.
Rockies were not part of the draft lottery either. You're not allowed to just be at the top every single year. So even their record poor season didn't help them at all in the lottery. Padres will have the 21st overall pick in the draft.
Saw that.
More from the winter meeting. Sammy Levitt standing by. He's going to join us one more time from Orlando right after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Got a few things going on here, guys. Southbound side of the 805 before Mira Mesa Boulevard crash in the center divide. Now getting reports of an accident on northbound 805 near Home Avenue. Those vehicles are over to the right shoulder. Northbound 125, an accident past Hammershots over to the right shoulder. And eastbound 8, they cleared this accident near College, but West 8 in the East County, just past Greenfield. We are getting reports of an open trench over to the right shoulder and no cones around that. So please take it extra carefully there. That is westbound 8, just past Greenfield. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I don't know if he's getting a little antsy to get out of Orlando, but Sammy Levitt joining us standing now. He's no longer sitting. He's standing up, still in the lobby there in Orlando, Florida, and joins us now courtesy of our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Good morning, Sam.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Good morning to you, my friend. He was standing yesterday.
Was he also standing yesterday? Or was only sitting on Monday? Okay.
That's all right. That's
Same
okay.
spot.
How's it going?
Everything's good. Wrapping up day 3. We'll head out of here a little bit later on this evening. Like you guys said, Rule 5 draft today, which is always notable. And, hey, you never know, right? We saw Stephen Kolek selected a handful of years ago in the Rule 5 draft and not only become somebody the Padres relied on quite heavily last year for a portion of the season and certainly in their bullpen the year before, but also ended up being a big trade chip. For their starting catcher right now. So you never know what happens and the significance of the Rule 5 draft. And AJ Preller will speak within the next couple of hours. So we'll hear from him again. I've got a couple of other interviews that I'll do here over the course of the rest of the day. But everything is rolling along smoothly despite a lack of, I suppose, any actual news from a Padres standpoint.
Saw a really funny tweet yesterday from MLB Trade Rumors, who's a great follow on Twitter. It said, Royals potentially looking to move Ryan Bergert and Stephen Kolek now. So, I mean, the AJ has a chance to do the funniest thing of all time.
Yeah, maybe get him back.
If he really wanted to. he has a chance to do the funniest thing of all time and get Ryan Bergert and Stephen Kolek back today if he wanted to. So, Sammy, all the rumors floating around of a potential big move. I mean, I had somebody yesterday tell me, there's actually some big stuff in the works. Whether it materializes or not, we won't know until it's actually done. Any rumors that you're hearing right now? I know he's playing very coy, as he always does.
Yeah. Look, nothing major specifically that I've heard over the course of the last day here. Look, what I continue to wonder, and I think everybody's wondering here, is there's such a clear need for starting pitching. It's one of those off seasons. Yes, the Padres could use a bat, but when you talk about the Padres' needs right now, you zero in on that starting rotation. And I heard some of your conversation a little bit earlier in the morning talking about, if AJ is not going in, and we have had not definitive answers from AJ, but I think revealed a little bit that I think it would probably be his preference to not deal from one of his biggest strengths, and that's his bullpen. It does beg the question, well, if you're not going to deal from a position of strength and use that to complete your roster, and more specifically complete your starting rotation, well, then how are you going to do it if you're not going to, play in the upper echelon part of the free agent market? And I think we all agree that they probably aren't going to do that. Not that you can only play in that part of the market. Obviously, they could make signings that cost less. But how you do that exactly without dipping into a trade, dipping into some of your strengths and positions where you can trade from, it is an interesting question. So, look, we talked about it over the course of the last couple of days. I'm not surprised to hear the Padres are thinking big. That's what AJ does. And we know he's always somebody who's going to take calls and listen, and we'll see how it transpires. But look, it's going to continue to be the question of, is there a way to get what they need from a pitching standpoint without dipping into one of their strengths, which is certainly that bullpen.
Sam Levitt joining us from the winter meetings in Orlando. One of the traditions at the winter meetings is the manager's breakfast, which I've never attended. I've seen clips from it. It looks kind of awkward. How does it exactly work? You were there this morning, correct?
I was.
Okay, so tell me how it works. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, last year you were very disappointed that I did not tell you exactly what was on Mike Schultz's plate. So I did pay attention to Craig Stammen's plate, but I'll give you the rundown. So first, it's very early, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. in one of the ballrooms here at the hotel. This was actually on the other side. So you walk down there, everybody kind of stands around for a little bit outside the ballroom. They do the American League and National League manager photo, which you can probably see online. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I got there a little bit late, just a little bit late, and I missed the National League photo. So I couldn't even, take a photo and tweet it out. So bad on me. But they do the photos, then everybody goes in. There's an individual table for each team and their respective media members. And you sip some coffee for a little bit. Then they open up the food lines. People get in line. It's a little awkward. Everybody's kind of waiting with their plates in their hands. You get the scrambled eggs, you get the hash browns, the bacon, the fruit. They've got breads, bagels, croissants. And you go back and you sit down and sit there for an hour and a half and just chat. And it was great. As you know, Craig is a great guy and very, very easy to talk to about anything. Now, before I get to the food, I will say, now, Woodsy, you're just on a base level as a person, I would imagine you're a fan of Craig Stammen, right?
Yes, 100%.
What if I told you that Mr. Stammen is also a big Notre Dame fan?
Oh, whoa. Yes, let's go. I thought you were going to say he's a big Woodsy fan. I go, oh, okay. You just made my day.
I was a vegetarian or a vegan. I was going to be worried about that.
I am so happy to hear that.
It's a little note for you next time you see him.
Now I know. I'll bring him a little gift at spring training. Thank you, Sammy.
Yeah. That's a nice note for you next time you see him. So he's very into all different kinds of sports. So we had a good conversation with him.
Cole says, is Stammen crying about them too? Cole, why don't you bite my ass? How about that? What's that do for you? You're gonna make me mad cry, dude.
And also just a report on the food. I mean, from what I saw, he had, most of, if not everything there was to offer, and had a nice breakfast. I mean, Craig's a young, athletic, still, strong guy. So, he's fueled up, ready to go for the day. We all had a good time.
Does someone speak or
do you get to
something?
move around to different tables and talk to other managers? Or are you assigned to your manager that you only cover, or how does that work?
Say that you dropped out for a second.
Do you get to move around to different tables and talk to other managers, or you only get your one manager?
You sit down at your table with your manager. Now, it's kind of funny because some of the tables are A, different sizes, and B, have different levels of media contingency to them. Like
the Aaron Boone table,
the Dodgers and Mets table, and I would assume the Yankees table, which I don't recall seeing, but I would assume. Look, there's just more media, so they get kind of like longer tables, a little less personal. And then you have some situations where, I don't know, there could be just one writer here covering the team. So it could be a very intimate setting with that manager. But the Padres, I mean, look, it's not the biggest media contingent, but it's also certainly not the smallest.
Yeah.
And the PR people are there too.
Mark Kotz is just sitting by himself at a table with no one there.
There from the
Sacramento media. I didn't notice. Yeah, you know what?
Have you seen Skip, by the way?
That's a great question. I did see Skip this morning. Yeah.
Nice,
that's a great question. I did not notice the Sacramento table. But it's a good thing. Look, it does, in all honesty, give you a chance to just kind of casually sit and talk and just kind of chit chat and with the recorders not rolling. So it's a nice opportunity. And look, I think also, people are going to really like Craig. I mean, he's, and you could see it in the opening press conference, and certainly Padres fans know him as a player and what he, and I would assume part of the reason the Padres brought him in, he's, a smart guy, a good guy. He's genuinely a really, really good guy, and, very, very easy to talk to. And I think, if you guys have him on your program throughout the season, we'll see. I think you'll enjoy talking to him throughout the year. And look, also going to be fascinating to see how it evolves as he gets into this job, and you go through the ups and downs and all of it. But he's a real pleasure to spend some time with, for sure.
Yeah, he got some high praise yesterday from one of the best to ever do it. Terry Francona said, quote, "If you spend 5 minutes with Craig, he's what you're looking for." I really hope he can manage. I really do, because again, you couldn't get a better human being, which again, the way that baseball and sports just in general has gone lately, like people have lost some of the love of the game and the people that are involved in the game. And it's just a real transaction after transaction and free agents and NIL and everything else. You don't forget why you fell in love with the game of baseball. It wasn't because of a ledger, right? It wasn't because of what we can do to maximize our roster. It was you fell in love with the talent of the players and the human beings involved. And it's something I'm trying to bring back to my own psyche, Sammy, as we look to do this again in 2026. But I thought that was really cool from Terry Francona.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, it's a hard job, and it's a job managing personalities. And Craig's going to have a unique, job at it, being so close to these players and having. Look, it's very unique, and we've all talked about it, but it's going to be interesting to see how he handles, having star players that he was teammates with not that long ago. It's very, very, very unique, but I do think from a personality standpoint that Craig is, from all I can tell, going to be equipped to handle it.
Now, Sammy, good job speaking with Scott Boras. We played your audio earlier in the program, but is he okay? Because his pun audio, we thought left a little bit to be desired today.
Really?
Lost a little off the fastball.
We think he was a little slow on the uptake. We weren't sure what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't catch. I mean, I saw some of it online, but I didn't catch his general press conference.
Well, how could you? He was surrounded by 90 people. There was.
But yeah, and to be quite frank, I mean, there have been winter meetings in years where I was more aggressive about getting in there, because there was a little bit more meat on the bone from a Padres standpoint. When you assume they were after big time free agents or high money free agents. And I think I've said this to you guys before from these meetings. I will say this about Scott Boras, not about the puns, but it is kind of remarkable. And you can tell based on the puns and stuff and the way he seems to kind of relish speaking with the media in a sense. I will give Scott Boras credit on this. After he's done with that general availability and that big scrum that everybody takes a photo of, he will stand there and answer question after question from reporter after reporter, one-on-one. I mean, he spends a long time answering everybody. Like, it's kind of amazing. I think he really likes like that part of it, the media part of it, and schmoozing and talking. And so I caught him after. And look, there wasn't, again, a lot of meat on the bone from a free agent standpoint, but I do think it, was worth the question of, hey, lots going on with the Padres and the potential sale. And, from his perspective, what does he think? And look, unsurprisingly, he essentially said, hey, I hope, existing and new ownership continue to invest.
Spend money. Yeah, buddy.
Sammy, great work this week. Killed it. Phenomenal job. Expect the major Padres news to break at 1 p.m. Eastern today.
Yes.
Because that'll be right as soon as we get off the air at 10 a.m. West Coast time. But have safe travels back.
Yeah.
And thank you
I'll
for all.
I'll still be here, though. So what?
Okay, we know. No, you'll have it for the other shows for sure.
4 p.m. No. 1 p.m. we're good.
Sammy Levitt all week long. Great job. Sammy Levitt appearing on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Go back to the winter meetings with Eno Saris in our next hour as well.
Buddy.
We'll also play a little Take on Woods. Stay tuned. Ben and Woods continuing. Second half of the show coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
welcome back. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. We are halfway home on a Wednesday, halfway point of our week, as it were, in your week, the Tier 1s. Thanks so much for joining us on social media, on Twitch, on the radio, on the app, on YouTube. Phenomenal audience. Really, really appreciate you guys. I'm Woodsy, the Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well.
In fact, you guys are such a good audience. Can we say you guys are so loyal to us? You're not going to be hearing any more Chicago liners or anything like that on our show.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I noticed that. It's gone.
It is done.
Holy smokes.
I didn't even notice that it was gone. I was expecting to be reading that every day for 5 or 6 months.
Me too.
Like, honestly, we had a whole plan as far as like scheduling out, liners and social media posts and all that. And I don't have to worry about that for the next 6 weeks.
Don't have to do it. Of course, Paulie's talking about the trip to Chicago, to Schmigley Field, to see the Smubs play the Schmadres in June. And went into it with our pal David J from Hop Run Tours, and he pitched this idea, and I said, oh, yeah, I'd love to do it. Makes me nervous, man. Makes me nervous. And then, it sold out in a couple weeks. So you guys are an absolute dream audience. I mean, you couldn't draw it up any better.
I mean, it's going to be a really fun trip.
It's going to be a blast.
I mean, I'm already excited for it.
I'm so giddy.
So far away. Now it feels like we have to wait until June
to
do this thing. Let's just go now. But obviously you have to wait until the Padres or the Schmadres play the Schmubs.
Right. Exactly. Right, so. Chicago is going to be an elite time. And I'm actually glad that we are working that week, because that city, I've been known to get in trouble a time or two in that town, because I won't do it if we have work.
You have to remember, you need to get up the next morning.
Yeah.
A couple hours later, we got the time difference working for us. But yes, you will still have to get up in the morning. You can't visit every single one of your old Chicago haunts.
They're all gone.
They're all gone.
I'm going to take you guys to my old neighborhood the first night we get there. We're going to go have dinner down in my old hood, and I'll give you the full woods walking tour down there. But the 2 bars I worked at, one of them is now an Urban Outfitters, a 2-level Urban Outfitters. Your boy would vomit over the rails that I'll show you. That
we'll go in and pretend to shop around.
I'll be like, oh, this is where I used to go do this. This is where I did this. So yeah, man, it's a trip to see. And then when you go down around Schmigley Field, as it were, that area has changed so much. I mean, it's changed so much. There's a betting parlor attached to it. It's crazy. It's just crazy to see. So it is going to be a really, really fun time. A really fun time. So thank you, Tier 1s, for making us look phenomenal. And this one goes well, and you guys don't assault Ben or anything. Maybe we can do it every single year. Pick a new spot.
That would be cool.
Do not assault Ben, though.
I'm so excited to sit. I mean, going to Schmigley Field, but I'm excited to sit in the bleachers across the street on the roof.
Yes, it's going
to be rooftop seats.
It's going to be unbelievable.
Amazing.
It's going to be great. And we'll have a great time. And thank you guys for signing up and paying and doing all that and putting your trust in our pal David and wanting to hang out with Ben and Woods in Chicago. It just means the world to us. So I was very nervous about that. I'm like, man, we get down to the last few weeks, gonna have to make a big push. No, there's no pushes needed. It's done. So it's has nothing to do with us. It's all to do with you guys. So thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, you've made our life so easy. So easy.
Absolutely amazing. Coming up this hour, Take on Woods, and Eno Saris is going to join us from The Athletic. He is also at baseball's winter meetings, late night tweeting, eyeball emojis, and hearing things. And I don't know what he's hearing. He hasn't really shared any of it, but we'll get an update from Eno. Haven't talked to him since I think the last week of the season. It's been a while since we chatted with Eno, so it'll be good to catch up and see what he's been up to this offseason and anything he's learned at baseball's winter meetings.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to Eno. It's just been a while since we've chatted with him. I wanted to tell you guys, too, speaking of the Tier 1s, there's the Tier 1s is a name we named our audience many years ago based on the rankings of, it was Padres internal rankings. Is that right? Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. And, we went with that. We kind of threw it out there and it stuck. But I think that the Tier 1 Mafia has a nice ring to, like the Bills Mafia has a nice ring to it as well. Because you guys are insane like the Mafia and you're very loyal like the Mafia. It's great. But I was there's another mafia that I wanted to talk about. I told you this yesterday. I was watching a movie with my kids. We watched some of the Elvis movie, the Baz Luhrmann Elvis movie. Has anybody
Who
seen
starred as Elvis in that movie?
Austin Butler?
Yeah,
Right. It wasn't
I haven't seen it, but
it wasn't a huge name. They picked someone they thought was going to really.
He's a huge name
He's
now.
a huge name now.
Yeah,
He's-
but when they cast him, he was not huge.
He's phenomenal. And Tom Hanks played Colonel Tom Parker, and he was good. It's a good movie. It's Baz Luhrmann, so it's a little bit out there and kind of dreamy. But so we're watching the movie, and they liked it. They're kind of into it. They think that icon, they remembered him from Forrest Gump when he makes the little cameo, and Forrest, of course, teaches him how to dance and all that. But I'm on, I do what I do. I'm watching this Elvis movie, and I started thinking about the Memphis Mafia, which was this group of people that hung around Elvis. Let's be honest, they were sycophants.
His posse.
It was his
what he
posse
called
yeah,
nowadays.
Yeah, it was the Memphis Mafia. So
his entourage.
His entourage. So I'm on my phone and I'm Googling, Memphis Mafia. I'm going down a rabbit hole as I do. And I go, man, what a fascinating group they were. Because they would take bullets for him. And they would keep him out of trouble. They would actually get him into trouble. They would get him what he needed. They would go in, take him out through the back door when somebody was coming in the front door. Memphis Mafia. So I go, that'd be a fascinating thing to dig a little deeper on. So I go to Amazon and I Google, or I put in Amazon Memphis Mafia. First thing that pops is a book called Elvis and the Memphis Mafia. I go, oh, I'm getting this. I'm going to read this. I'll finish it in a weekend.
Did you not go check out how many stars it got from consumer?
Oh, it was high. I did not.
Expert reports,
but it was. It was
okay.
They said this is the. They said this is the best Elvis book ever written. It's told by the guys in the Memphis Mafia. It's like an oral history. So if you're doing an oral history of Ben and Woods, I'm dead. You're talking. Paul's talking. Adam's talking. It's the three of you guys laying out the oral history. So this is what it was. So no big deal. I order the book, $14.95 or whatever it was, and I wait for it to show up. Just a couple days ago, I go to the mail, and I go, what is this? And I had this package that was about 6 inches thick. And I go, what the hell is this? So I open it up. It's the Elvis Memphis Mafia book. It's like Tolstoy. It is
the Elvis dictionary.
It is no kidding. It's 5 inches thick. 5 inches thick. The smallest font you've ever seen, and it's 900 pages. And I'm like, I pulled it out. I read like 3 pages and folded up, put it on my bathroom hand. I was like, what is that? I'm like, it's a new book I'm reading. She's like, oh, good luck finishing that by 2027.
Is it like a turquoise?
No, it's black.
I'm trying to find a.
If you go to Amazon, I can just pull it up because I ordered it. It's in my recent order.
I mean, the cover may be different, but I'm sure that's the book.
That could
looks
be
huge.
It was absolutely massive. And I start reading it and I'm like, couldn't I have just gotten some fun anecdotal stories and stuff? I guess they're coming, but right now we are going all through the history of Elvis and his entire family.
Do you remember the sinking feeling you got back in high school when you were in English class and they would do like their next book distribution?
Yeah.
And remember, they'd bring them in and you'd hope to get one that wasn't torn to pieces already. And it was something like Anna Karenina. I remember I think it was 9th grade or 10th grade when they distributed Anna Karenina. And you look, I've got to read this.
You're like, I'm dead.
Whole thing in like
Never
the
had
next
to read that one.
3 weeks. And then you start reading it and it's so slow, so hard to read something like that. Like the panic that would set in, at least for me, knowing that, there's 187 chapters of this book. And we have to read like 3 of them every night for the next. I feel like the rest of your life. Like you're never going to get. Yes, they made me read Anna Karenina in high school.
It is 806 pages.
Oh my God.
And it is the smallest, tiniest font that you've ever seen. I mean, it is tiny. And I can't see very well. I have to read with my readers on. It's tiny. And I'm sitting here looking through this going, I'm dead. Like I can't finish. There's no way I can finish this book. I mean, I can. I've finished books bigger than that before, but do I want to? Do I want to spend?
I don't know.
I want to devote 806 pages.
I mean, if
worth
it's
of
really
reading this
good,
book.
you'll wish it was longer.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, when you really love a book,
you never want it to end.
You never want it to end.
Oh,
You're like,
I savor it. I drag it out.
I've only got 50 pages left. I need to, carefully sparse them out so I don't have to, finish this book yet. I love it so much.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very dense is a good word. K-Laws. But yeah, the hardest for me when I was in like middle school and high school was Beowulf. I just was like, this is the worst. I never liked
Beowulf.
Yeah, I
so
remember
that's
Beowulf.
like old English. I mean, it's not even real words anymore.
No,
that's the hard one.
I remember reading that going, what's the purpose? And I loved books.
Paulie, what was the worst thing you've...
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Shakespeare was tough.
Shakespeare was tough. It
we had
was.
to do that in AP English.
Yep.
And it was like kind of a segment of the year. It was a year-long class, maybe a month and a half, just on Shakespeare. And that was tough.
He's a tough read.
Yeah.
He's not easy. But once it starts to click and make sense, you're like, wow, this is really brilliant. Like really, really brilliant. But I had to take full Shakespeare classes in college, and I remember none of it. I mean, I really remember none of it. I was way into it at the time, but you're not going to catch me sitting around reading much Shakespeare.
I think I've only read Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet.
Oh, we did Othello.
Yeah, I don't think I've done anything else.
Hamlet was great.
Hamlet was pretty good.
Really good. Romeo and Juliet's great.
Yeah, those are the two. If you're going to ever approach Shakespeare, they're probably the most approachable.
But the Cliff's Notes were a real thing back then. Now, we didn't have AI. Right. But we had Cliff's Notes, and I found myself digging into the Cliff's Notes, but I would read
Spark Notes.
I would read it at the same time and then go and match up to be like, okay, that's what they're actually talking about. And I still do that with TV shows sometimes. I'm like, I didn't get that. So I go to Wikipedia, pull up the episode, and be like, oh, that's what they were.
Our teachers
to.
were so vehemently opposed to Cliff's Notes. Like, they would be, if you got caught with Cliff's Notes in class, you were in a lot of trouble.
I actually used them not as a cheater, but as what they were intended to do was
kind of guide you.
I actually used them as a guide.
That really would be helpful. I mean, Anna Karenina is an impossible book to read for especially a high school kid. It's about an extramarital affair in Russian society in the 1800s. It is not an easy read. I'll tell you that.
Matthew says he did his master's thesis on Beowulf. He read it in English, Russian, oldie English, and Latin.
Wow. Why are you listening to this show?
Why are you here?
Way too smart for us.
Yeah, you should be.
We're over here like, hey, what's a deductible?
What is this HSA you speak of? Absolutely incredible. So
my AP English teacher, she was teaching us like methods on how to kind of speed read, because she goes, look, I know you guys are all going to wait until the last minute. These are heavy books to like consume and let it soak in, and you're not going to be able to pass this class by just cramming it the night before and reading a book. You're not going to retain any of that information.
No, not even a little.
And I remember it actually worked. She said, if you're in a hurry, read the first and last sentence of every paragraph.
Sure.
Blow through it. And if you're even in more of a hurry, read the first and last paragraphs of each chapter. That's like where the majority of the meat of each segment, each chapter is. And it really worked. I was able to fly through a lot of books that way.
Now, I'm a pretty elite speed reader. And
you are a much faster reader than I am.
Even this Elvis book, I stare at it in the morning because I have it on my like nightstand, and I look at it and I'm like, cool, 14 pages down, 780 to go.
I have
about
too much
Elvis.
like ADD to read well. Like I seriously will read a whole chapter of a book and not remember a single word.
Just roll through it.
I'm like, I'm reading the words, except I'm retaining none of it.
I do that with
is
TV.
just somewhere else.
I do that with TV shows as well. I watch it. I'll go, what's just happened? I have to rewind it.
You're like, your eyes are fixed on it. You're watching the whole time, and you're like, I was not paying attention.
I've gotten to the point now where you'll start a show and I'll get to the third episode before I realized, oh, wait, I watched this like 7 years ago.
I know. I'm with you, dude. I'm with you 100%. All right. We got Eno Saris coming up with
let's get a play game of Take on Woods when we come back, and then we'll have time for Eno at the bottom of the hour. If you want to be our contestant, we did have a winner yesterday. First one of the month to beat Woods. You can make it 2 in a row if you call in now for our musical trivia challenge. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Phone lines are completely open. So good time to get in. Play for the trip to Las Vegas when we come back with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. During the holidays, as you're having maybe a dinner with relatives and you see your family members with you, take just a moment to think about the future and what would happen if you were gone. And I'm not saying something's going to happen in the next couple of months, but you don't know. And, and if it did, wouldn't you like to have the peace of mind of knowing that they'd be taken care of?
This is one of those things that is just it's It's not a you should do it. It's kind of you have to do it. You have to do it. You need to go to trustandwill.com. Use the code FAN when you check out. You'll get 20% off of your trust or will. If you do have a family, you do have assets and things like that, make sure you get that done. And they keep it so simple, even for buffoons like myself. Go to trustandwill.com. Code is FAN when you check out for 20% off.
Absolutely. Legal documents. They will be sent to your home. You can put them in a safe or a filing cabinet. Tell your family they're there. They won't want to use them, but they'll be glad that they have them if something happened to you, because you don't want to be left in probate court. You can get a trust that helps your family have access to all of your funds right away when you're gone, as opposed to perhaps months and an expensive legal process known as probate that you can avoid, and they can do it easily and simply for you at trustandwill.com. Again, use the code FAN at checkout for 20% off your trust or will. Go to trustandwill.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
It's coming up in just about 10 minutes. Don't forget, at 9 a.m., we will select another name in our biggest fan contest every day at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 5:30 p.m. If you hear your name, you'll have 10 minutes to call us back. Qualify for our grand prize, night in our Odyssey Suite for a Padres game this coming season with all the fan staff, 20 of your friends, and it's all catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine, so make sure you register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest-fan to get into our biggest fan contest. And speaking of contests, time for today's game. Let's play a little Take On Woods. Take On Woods brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got David as our contestant this morning. David, how are you?
Hi, good morning. Doing well, thank you.
All right, we had a great game yesterday, 5-4 in favor of the Tier 1. Let's see if you can also qualify for our grand prize. It is a 2-night stay in Las Vegas at the Park MGM and tickets to Dolby Live at the Park MGM for New Kids on the Block, their residency coming in 2026. Also, a $100 gas card. Get your own tickets for NKOTB next year at Ticketmaster.com. Here are your categories to pick from, David. We still have A Bundle of Joy. That is all 2-second songs that include the word joy in the title. The Long Goodbye, 5 song titles that include the word goodbye. And our new category, it's also all 2-second songs. It's called Right Here, song titles that begin with here. So A Bundle of Joy, The Long Goodbye, or Right Here, David. What would you like to play?
Let's do Bundle of Joy.
Bundle of Joy. All right, it's been sitting there for a while. All 2-second songs. You'll go first. Woods will go second. He doesn't get the category. You beat or tie him, you will qualify for the grand prize. Of course, all you have to do is name the song title and the artist to score the point. We got 5 of them, 60 seconds. If you don't know one, you can always pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. Paulie, you got everything queued up? All right, he's good to go. David, you ready to play?
Let's go.
All right, let's do this. Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. The category again, A Bundle of Joy. Your time begins when Paul plays our first song. Good luck, David. Let's take on Woods.
Joy to the World, 3 Dog Night.
That is correct. Song number 2.
Pass.
Let's go to song number 3.
I love you, fool. I love you.
Pass.
All right, let's go to song number 4. This is actually the artist that has joy in it.
Oh, pass.
Let's go to song number 5.
I know.
All right, we'll go back to song number 2. A little time left.
Oh, man. I got nothing.
Nothing, just the one. Just the one. Joy to the World. A good start, though, by 3 Dog Night. The rest of the answers. Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode. Joyride by Roxette. Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division. And Pride and Joy by Stevie Ray Vaughan. I don't think one's going to get it done today, David.
I think so either.
Let's bring Woods back in, see how he does. He doesn't get the category. Definitely makes it tougher for him. But we'll see. These are all 2-second songs again today.
Okay.
All right, David's score locked in. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Woods, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on David.
Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog by Three Dog
That
Three
is
Dog
not
Night.
what it's called, though. Song number
Joy
2.
to the World, sorry. Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode.
Correct. Song number 3.
I love you, fool. I love you.
Pass.
Song number 4.
Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division.
Correct. Song number 5.
Pride and Joy by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Correct. Song number 3.
I love you, fool. I love you.
I know, this could drive me crazy. What's the category?
Oh, you don't have the category?
I don't have the category.
Really?
No, I have no idea. I'm flying blind here.
I give you your answers. Enjoy the Silence, Joy Division, Pride and Joy.
Oh,
hello, you.
I love you, fool. I love you.
No.
Joy Formidable. No.
Joyride by Roxette. Roxette. 3, but you did get the win 3-1 today in the category of Bundle of Joy. Yeah,
Got
Joy
it.
to the World is
Joy
what
to the
that
World.
song
Not
is
Jeremiah
called.
was a
That's how it
bullfrog.
starts.
I know.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. David, thank you for playing. Woods back in the win column today with the 3-1 victory.
Feels real good. That was a tough one. Thank God for Joy Division. Whew.
You were starting to slide, and then
I
you
was,
saved
and
it
then
at
Joy
the
Division. I
end.
was like, oh, I know that. Oh,
all right, let's take a timeout. We'll get plenty of time for Eno Saris. He's going to join us coming up from the baseball winter meetings in Orlando. He's been tweeting nothing substantive, just a lot of eyeball emojis and things like that.
This is unlike him.
I know.
This is unlike him.
We'll see.
I'm
Coming up next.
I'm going to chastise him next.
Yeah, I think you need to. Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, Daily Fantasy. Prize Picks is my place. It can be yours as well. Really easy to play. You have different options out there. I've enjoyed Prize Picks. They make it very simple. To get started, first of all, downloading the app is very easy. I will remind you when you do download the app, make sure to put the code KWFN in because you're going to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. So you got the $50 in the account, and then you start playing. And you can set your lineups however you like. The app is easy to use. You're watching, let's say, football this week. You can pick your favorite players like Josh Allen or Saquon Barkley, total touchdowns, more or less, total yardage, more or less, and then combine them together. The more you combine together, the more you can win with Prize Picks. It's between 2 and 6 total players. You can combine sports as well. College basketball tonight. You're watching the game down at Viejas Arena. You can pick players on those teams. You've got all kinds of options for your daily fantasy picks. But again, make sure you use the code KWFN when you download the app so get your $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. It's Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Anybody to know that maybe potentially, Saris is sleeping it off in his bedroom right
it's
now.
It's like 11:37 on the East Coast, though.
He's been raging at the winter meetings, it looks like.
Late night tweets.
So we confirmed yesterday. I
gave him the whole, hey, I know it's crazy. If you want me to confirm in the morning and nail down a time, let me know. He goes, no. 11:40, 8:40.
I'm good.
He said,
we're still a little early then. Maybe he's not ready for us yet. We got a couple minutes.
So Paulie texted him 15 minutes ago just to,
hey, I'll give you a call in about 10, 15.
Prime the pump.
Haven't heard.
If he's at an Orlando strip club right now, because I hear they are fantastic. I've never been. But what if he's out raging until noon at a strip club in Orlando?
Carlos says there will be no Saris today. I like that, Carlos. It's funny. That wasn't mine. That was Carlos's. You can shrug.
Yeah, but you laughed and brought it.
I thought
to
it was
the forefront.
I was good. I will let everybody know this hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by the California Office of Traffic Safety. In 2023, 1,355 people were killed in alcohol-related crashes throughout California. Driving under the influence of anything is dangerous, illegal, and has serious consequences. Don't be the T in DUI. Is that what that says? Go safely,
Don't
California.
Be the I in DUI?
It looks like a T, Paulie.
I don't know.
Reading that one for the first time.
Let me see it.
You see it?
Yep. That says, oh, no, it's I with quotation marks on it.
I, quotation.
Don't be the
moron.
I with
moron. He called you a moron. Did you hear him call you a moron?
Who called
Paulie?
me a moron? I'm sorry.
Wow.
I just need to take. There we go. I just need to take my glasses off to read. Apparently, I can see it now. With my glasses on, it just looked kind of blurry.
Look,
like
it's not
T.
a laughing matter, but don't be the T in DUI is one of the best.
That's what I was like. I don't think I wrote that. Like, that makes no sense at all. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's I.
It really does. In his defense, it really does look like a T. If I'm reading that, I will 100% say has serious consequences. Don't be the T in DUI. Go safely, California. That's exactly what it sounds like. Like, take a picture of it and put it in the chat, Paulie. Moron, by the way.
No one's going to forget that message now. And I want everyone to think when you go to a party,
don't be the I in moron.
Don't be the T in DUI this holiday season.
You will never forget it. You will never forget it. Yeah, if you have a couple beers and you get behind the wheel, you'll remember Ben saying, don't be the T in DUI, and it will stick with you forever.
There's no I in team. There is a T.
In DUI.
And there also is a T in DUI.
There is a T. There is a T.
I don't know. It looks like an I to me.
There's no way.
When you blow it up to massive proportions in our chat, it looks like an I.
Do it in the regular font that it's in.
But when
the regular size,
it looks like a T font. It looks like a T.
Shut up, Purple. He says it's very clearly an I.
That's what I'm saying.
If you saw what we're seeing here, all right, just remember, don't be the T in DUI.
I mean, it looks like one of those fancy T's with
under the tin fluids.
Still looks like an I.
Driving under the tin fluids.
God. I've got 50-year-old eyes.
They could have actually spelled out I-E-Y-E if they wanted to. You know what I mean? Just for the read.
Right. Don't
It's
be
still,
the I.
Paulie, that's still triple the size of what this thing is. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, let's check traffic. Did we
It
already
looks
check
like a
traffic?
T.
No, let's check traffic, and then we'll see if we can hook up with Eno Saris in just a minute here. On the
Under the tin fluids. What a moron.
97.3. I knew it didn't make sense. That's why I stopped.
I was like, what's going on?
Okay, stop for a second before we check traffic.
Yeah.
Josh nails this.
I have not heard from Eno, so we got time. Go ahead.
Josh nails this. He goes, to be fair, the I doesn't make sense either. No. Don't be the influence in driving under the influence.
They mean, like, don't do it yourself. Don't.
Oh, but it's not driving under
I know.
It's not driving under myself. It's driving under the influence. Man, that was fantastic. Driving while tanked. DWT.
DWT. Don't get the DWT.
Yeah, don't be the U in DUI. Actually makes more sense. YOU. All right. The message remains. Don't drink and drive.
Simple message.
Moron.
But very, very complicated.
Moron was amazing, by the way. He just throws it out. Moron. God. All right. Now
Sorry, man.
Now you can check traffic.
I get it. All right, let's check traffic here.
You were insinuating that I made the mistake.
No. I thought maybe it was probably just bad copy or something. I just didn't
Which
get
never
it.
happens here.
No.
When's the last time we had bad copy here at Odyssey? Never.
Yesterday.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the day before.
97.3 The
And
Fan.
the day before.
Give us some traffic,
On the
Kelly.
855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury. Here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Got some police activity on the Coronado Bridge. This is heading off the island near the old toll plaza. They are running a break to try and take care of that situation. Also, northbound 5 Mile of Cars Way reports of a stalled vehicle being pushed out of lanes. Westbound King Freeway, a stalled vehicle has been pushed over to the right shoulder, seeing an improvement in speeds there. We saw this crash over the right shoulder northbound 805 at Home Avenue. Fletcher Parkway on-ramp to westbound 8, collision involving several vehicles. Up ahead, an accident has cleared just past Mission Gorge Road. And westbound 52, accident clearing near Mast Boulevard. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I don't know. I think Eno's been drinking since like Sunday afternoon.
He's driving under the influence right now.
Hopefully not. All right, so we can talk about baseball's winter meetings without him. Saw Dylan Cease talking yesterday, new member of the Toronto Blue Jays, about why he picked Toronto. Said instantly felt a rapport with their analytics and pitching kind of side of the operation in ways they feel like they can improve Dylan's game. And if that works out well for him, then he made a good choice. He does feels like a Toronto sort of pitcher.
Sure.
I don't know. I do think it's a good fit for Dylan Cease to go to Toronto
As do I. I knew Dylan Cease was going to get paid, and he did get paid. And now, he did say, why? One of the other reasons. It's funny that they even ask these questions. Why did you join Toronto? I wanted to join a championship team.
No one ever gives the real reason. They offered me the most
They offered
money.
me absolute ass load of money, and I had to take it after a almost 5 ERA, and you're giving me $30 million a year. Yeah, it's called a no-brainer, guys. And it's actually a really good team, too. So you could have gotten that. You could have gotten a real hefty offer from somebody else that wasn't a cool
And he doesn't
place.
have to come in and be the ace.
No,
you know what?
not
He's
at
on
all.
a good rotation. Take your turn every fifth day, which you know he can do.
Yep.
And
You
has
know
done.
he can do.
And then, hopefully, the results are a little bit better than they were this last year. And I think Toronto will be pretty happy.
Yeah.
Did they pay a little too much? Maybe, but everyone does in free agency.
Every team that signs anyone is probably paying too much at this point. There's very few bargains out there, especially in the starting pitching front.
The Dodgers remain obviously a hot topic at the winter meetings after signing Edwin Diaz. Katie Wu reporting on their continued interest in Kyle Tucker. You mentioned it earlier. She said they're not willing to go 6 years likely, but they're willing to go 4. If Kyle Tucker will accept a shorter contract, they will give him plenty of money every single year. They just don't want to go to the extensive commitment.
How old is he?
How old is he?
30?
I think 32, I want to say. But, he's still in his prime. No doubt about it. He's 30.
28.
Only 28.
I give him 6
wow.
years, man.
Why wouldn't they give him 6 years?
If you're the LA Dodgers, who cares?
They got guys older than that already that are still producing for them.
About to turn 29 next month.
Okay. Well, it's still be 6 years, be 35 at the end of that deal.
I would, if I'm LA, what do you care? God, they're so stupid with this. I can't stand this. This is actually...
I think you nailed it. You nailed it yesterday.
This bothers me more than anything else that
lost
they're doing.
the
You've
right
lost
to
the
complain.
right. You've lost the right to be.
I think you nailed it.
You can't. You've lost the right to nickel and dime. You just have.
I think
you
you
can't
were
have it.
talking about prospects yesterday. You
Yeah.
can't complain about
No,
prospects.
you can't, and you can't have it both ways. Of like, well, look at us. We're the best. We're so smart. We have so much money, and then be like, we're not going to 6 years. We'll do 4. There's nothing you could do to your team right now that will damage the future of your team. And I mean nothing.
Are they getting
Nothing.
Are they getting too arrogant? Like,
No.
hey, we're the Dodgers. We don't need to offer 6 years. You want to join our team. You're lucky.
Yeah, maybe.
You're
That
lucky
maybe.
to be able to join. You're lucky we're offering you a contract for the opportunity to play for the 2-time defending World Series champions.
And I wouldn't even say that that's arrogance per se. I wouldn't even say that that's arrogance, but that's just kind of like the way that it is. That's just the way that
They're
it
taking
is.
advantage of the situation.
Of the situation.
That they're a desirable location, desirable team to join. Why should we have to offer more
Right.
than everybody else?
Correct.
You should want to play for us for less. I mean, Clayton Kershaw did.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't anybody else want to do that as well? So there may be part of that there. And then, of course, the rumors about Tarek Skubal and pursuing him in a trade. And I think it's interesting that, will that create more of a backlash again? If they get Skubal and Tucker
Yes.
and Diaz,
Yes.
is there 29 teams that are basically throwing their arms up in the air and going, this has got to stop? This has got to stop.
Yeah, but why? Not breaking any rules.
They're not. We got Eno?
He is awoken.
Welcome, Eno.
Man. Tell me you're on a bender.
Eno Saris from The Athletic joining us here on 97.3 The Fan. Hi, Eno.
Are you on a bender?
Oh my god!
We had an idea with all those 2:30 a.m. emojis and tweets.
My god. Dude, I tried to treat myself well last night and go to bed, early. So I got back to the room around 2, and I couldn't sleep. So I have got like 4 hours of sleep, and it's 11 o'clock.
This is the greatest moment of my radio career. I actually called this. I go, my guess is that he's a little bit hungover.
Or Eno. Oh, I feel bad now putting you on, but this is too entertaining.
I was like,
you only have to make it about 5 more minutes for the top of the hour, so you're okay.
So we can push to the 9 o'clock hour. It's no problem.
5-minute hit with Eno. I love this.
No, I'm sorry, guys.
You're a legend for this, by the way. Like,
This is the best. This
nobody's-
is not even your best winter meetings interview. That was when we had you in person.
Yeah, out of breath. No,
running,
this is
and you
way
didn't
better.
even know you
This
were
is
on the air.
This is way better. This is way better.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's been so out of character for you. I love that you've cut loose in this because you don't do the tease. You don't do the tease, the eyeball emoji tease. Now, our boss here, Eno, He is such a fan of the eyeball emoji tease, and it makes me insane when he does it. So I've berated him over the years to stop doing it. And so with you, I mean, I DM'd you after one. I'm like, what are you hearing? Like, what's happening? Is it Mason Miller? Is he on the move? So you're definitely hearing some stuff. How interesting is it?
Oh, I'm also trolling a little.
You sucker. He does the same thing, I think. I kind of had an idea.
No, but I mean, I'm hearing some interest. I love the bar scene. I love the 2 a.m. conversations, and I do have some stuff I'm working on. I'm on such a weird beat though. So like the stuff I'm hearing is that baseball has decided to centralize all minor league vendors for data and technology.
Oh, wow.
And it's a small story at first, but when the implications are interesting, because what you're doing there is you're capping spending basically on minor league stuff, and baseball loves to cap spending. The international slots, the international money, that's capping spending. The draft slots, that's capping spending. Wherever they can do it, they want to do it. And so I wonder if this is the first step on the line to kind of capping spending on the front office. And what it will do will stifle innovation a little bit, because teams can't find their own interesting vendors for what they want to do in the minor leagues. It will bring some teams up. I was talking to the A's, for example, don't have Hawkeye at all of their minor league parks because they don't have as much money as other people. And with this, they will, get up to speed with everybody else.
Wow.
And this is something that owners can do without, I assume, negotiating with the union, because it's not a player-related, CBA-related cost-cutting measure.
100%. And if they ever wanted to cap front office spending in terms of executives and stuff, those guys are not in the union either. So, it's the kind of thing that would piss off a team like the Dodgers, maybe, who, have all sorts of vendors and do all sorts of things in the minor leagues.
I hate to make you think too hard this morning, but I want to ask you, who do you think is the right pitching fit out there, starting pitching fit for the San Diego Padres, given they're not going to probably go, top of the market for a Framber Valdez, starting wise free agency, or even, trade. You can look around, but they don't have a ton of trade capital in the minor leagues right now. Who's the right fit that the Padres should be pursuing this offseason?
Well, there is the other rumor, which is everyone's wondering what this, Padres rumor is, because Kevin Acee reported it, and that they're working on something big, and we all know that AJ Preller likes to swing big. So, I mean, I do think that what we settled on at Rates and Barrels is that we think it's probably a Mason Miller trade, and there's a link to Soto, kind of talking about Soto. I think that he may even try to make it, and the Soto deal was almost a 3-team deal where you trade Soto and then you trade part of the package you got for Cease, right?
Yep.
And I wonder if it's just a straight 3-team deal this time, where it's like you trade Mason Miller to somebody that wants this crazy good closer, and the Yankees or something, and you get prospects from them, and you turn that into a starting pitcher from somewhere else. I mean, Edward Cabrera is the big name that's on the block right now, and the Orioles are trying to get him. But I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Preller snuck in and stole that cheese from the Rats. So, I think that could be something where they trade Mason Miller, and the bullpen, it will hurt a little bit, but maybe he has enough money to get Suarez back, and maybe our boy Morejon can be the closer.
Yeah. We speculated that too this morning, and one thing that I threw out, and I actually heard that it might have legs, and you can you can poo-poo it or not, but Francisco Lindor is a target that AJ Preller has been. He's coveted that man for at least 5-6 years. That I know. You know, you hear those rumors, the whispers of things aren't going great in New York. The GM had to address it, I think, yesterday at the winter meetings about Francisco Lindor and his standing with the New York Mets. I don't know. I mean, there's obviously a lot of smoke around Mason Miller. Would that be, in your eyes, a case of buyer's remorse? If you're like, we traded Leodalis DeVries for this guy, and man, in hindsight, that might have been too much. He's not going to convert to a starter. Other teams want him; they'll pay a fortune. We'll just flip him with a few years of control. Would you look at that as kind of buyer's remorse, or no? It's just savvy baseball move.
I don't think that he worries, man. He just looks to the next thing.
True. That's so true. He does not regret things once he does them. He just doesn't.
And also, did Mason Miller lose a ton of value in a month of playing? You know what I mean?
No, he was fantastic.
He may have gained value.
His
playoff
performance, his first playoffs ever, he was absolutely ungodly.
Yeah. So I think he still has a lot of trade value, and he can maybe. To pull this off. I mean, if they don't do that, then they have to get multiple pitchers, and they have to kind of act almost like the Giants and say, hey, come here and do a nice part for a pitcher and give us a 1-year deal, and I don't know, shop in the veteran bucket with Chris Bassett, or one guy that I kind of like a little bit has maybe a little bit of upside is Dustin May. And that Fangraphs doesn't even have a projection for a contract for him, so that they think it's kind of like a 1 year or something. So maybe you could get a little bit of a younger guy in Dustin May. Tyler Malley's, that's the bucket you're shopping in. Nick Martinez, that's where you're shopping.
Dustin May, I had penciled in 3 years ago as a future Cy Young Award winner. I don't know. I know injury. I have some weird injuries as well with the salad, whatever that was. And remember the punctured throat from the one thing I'll never puncture my throat eating is the salad. I promise you that right now. But
it's pretty sharp.
I literally was like, this dude's going to win a Cy Young. Some of the nastiest stuff I'd seen. If there is a chance of him regaining that, sure, man, maybe you take a look at it, especially with, no contract terms even being thrown out there. Who knows what you could get him on? But, man, that's always good information. So you literally just woke up for the day.
I did.
I love this.
Feel like poop.
Good for you, man.
Do you have to check out, or are you staying another day, or are you a late checkout? What's going on?
Well, the lovely thing about the winter meetings now is that the Athletic has stuck its writer summit, like it's our organizational meetings, onto the winter meetings on the Thursday. So so we get to stay another day.
Room service, not hair of the dog.
Coffee and Advil.
We're too old. Gatorade, water.
You need something.
Coca-Cola,
breakfast burrito.
I think I have to run, dude. I think I have to run.
You have to run.
Sweat it out.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you for a very memorable appearance.
Well, I hope your wife's not listening, because if my wife was listening to me wake up at 11, she would be chastising me to no end. I would get killed. I would get killed.
You know what I can't do when I get home is I can't say the T word. I'm not tired.
Oh, I'm not tired. I feel great.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Oh, I'm happy to take the kids. Whatever you need.
Refreshed. Exactly.
I'm all right. I'm refreshed.
Go away for a week and then come back and be like, oh, I'm so tired. Nope.
Yeah, I made that mistake before too. Also, here's another little tip. When you come back, don't say how much fun you had either. Just keep it nice and mellow. Okay? It's nice. It was fine. It's work, babe. It's a gig. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Rest your head, my friend.
Thanks,
Saris on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Sounded like he put the T in IPA last night.
He sure did, dude. Holy cow, man. Legendary. The tea and whiskey.
He is a legend.
That was the greatest interview we've ever had.
How you doing,
David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, bringing good people, helping them regain control of their life in the future in charge of the crime.
You put the T in David P. Shapiro, by the way.
It's 2010. Visit DavidPShapiro.com. Biggest fan next. Next. All right, we got a lot to get to right now. Again, thanks to Eno Saris for joining us. Not at his pinnacle, but it was entertainment for
You
sure.
guys want to hear that again?
Yeah.
I want to hear how we brought him on here. 1 second.
We got Eno?
He is awoken.
Welcome, Eno.
Man. Tell me you're on a bender.
Eno Saris from The Athletic joining us here on 97.3 The Fan. Hi, Eno.
Are you on a bender?
Oh my god.
We had an idea with all those 2:30 a.m. emojis and tweets.
Dude, I tried to treat myself well last night and go to bed, early. So I got back to the room around 2.
He still sounds hammered.
And I couldn't sleep. So
when's the last time you got so drunk that you still were drunk?
That
in
is
the
what
morning?
hating life sounds like in audio form, right there.
Well, I think we're also hating life if we're San Diego Padres fans. I got an update from a source that said, for what it's worth, I've heard complete denials, including from the Mets side, on the possibility of Lindor to San Diego.
That's fine. They can't let it get out. I mean, it's a disaster if it gets out that it was close and they didn't get it done. So
just again,
deny.
We said it was wild speculation. It's exactly what it was.
And before we get to our biggest fan, some breaking news. We have a new Hall of Famer on the broadcasting side. Ford C. Frick Award has been announced. It'll go to Joe Buck. In 2026, he'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. We're all fans of Joe Buck and want to congratulate him on the incredible career achievement.
Yeah, brilliant.
Just wish he still called baseball games.
Me too.
Not just football games.
Yep.
All right, it's time before we do anything else. Round the report. It is time to name our biggest fan of the day. If you hear your name called, you'll have 10 minutes to call us back at 833-288-0973 to qualify for our grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends, a night in our Odyssey suite at a Padres game with all the fan staff catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. And this morning's biggest fan, Ismael Garcia from Lemon Grove. We know that guy.
Yeah,
Ismael
we do.
Garcia from Lemon Grove. You got 10 minutes to call us back. I doubt it'll take that long. 833-288-0973. You can get your name registered at 973thefan.sd.com/biggest fan. All right, Paulie, take it away. It's time for the Roundel Report.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Roundel Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul. All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. Paulie,
Yes.
we just mentioned Joe Buck
that
getting into the
was-
Hall of Fame.
That was my first sports story, so we'll just move
Ben
on
stole
past
that
Oh, I did?
from you?
Eh,
Sorry.
I didn't announce it.
I thought it just happened like 2 seconds
Yeah, I
ago.
didn't have anything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
Sorry.
was just going to use that.
Okay. Well,
You're good.
Well,
all right. Well, we have a
It's all
little.
good.
We're short on time anyway.
it was probably we're not. We have
We're-
52 minutes. We literally 52 minutes.
We got
could do
started a little late this hour.
but we could do a 52-minute
We're
Reindl
fine.
report if we wanted to. Many are saying that it's because of the Good Morning America and also doing a game in the same day. That's what propelled him into getting that final vote for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. That was
Unbelievable.
legendary
status.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame worthy.
To do TV
And
well, I guess
TV.
he's TV and TV. Yeah.
That's
The
That
same
one up.
day, morning and night at the same day.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
what's really impressive. Everyone says.
Wow.
Only the elite of the elite could ever pull that off.
Again, one of one.
And
Someday.
that's how you get in the Hall of
Someday.
Fame.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like today or tomorrow or the next day, whatever.
No, anyways, slow sports day.
Hard
I was
worker.
going to start with that, and we will just skip it. I have some good stuff, though, here. I got some good audio. Doesn't really have to do a whole lot with sports or anything to do with sports. You might have seen this clip going around from the Conan O'Brien podcast.
Loved it.
Conan Needs a Friend, I think is his podcast. He was interviewing Will Arnett on Conan's podcast. Will Arnett, part of the Smartless podcast, that was nominated for a best podcast at the Golden
How
Globes.
many times can you say podcast? in
We'll get to the
10
Golden
seconds?
Globes later.
Right.
But I want to start with Conan. Conan, if you don't know, had a really horrible stretch, like about as bad as it gets, where his father passed away, I believe from natural causes, or he got sick. And then 2 days later, I believe it was 2 days later, his mother passed away.
Yeah.
Like totally separate.
Father was expected, mother was not.
Yes. And he's talked about that over the years and how he grieved. But Will Arnett jumping on to the podcast, and talking about it for 2 minutes and telling this story that went viral, it had me laughing so hard. I wanted to play it for you guys.
Bring up a touchy, actual, this is real personal subject for you.
It's okay. I know what it is.
Death in the family.
Yep. My parents passed.
So, well, first, let me just say the timeline, because I have it here. I wrote it down last year because the timeline was so good.
Yeah.
And so I hear that your dad passes away, and I text you that day or the next day, and I said, hey, listen, I'm sorry to hear about your dad's passing, sending love from our family to yours. And you wrote, thank you, Will. To be honest, I blame Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
For the death of my father.
The day after his father dies.
Yeah.
So I wrote, it's not a terrible theory. And Conan texted me back, he killed my dad.
My dad, can I say, in fairness, my dad would have loved this.
Okay. So then Bateman, I tell Bateman this, we're doing a thing that day. So the next day, Bateman texts you and he says, Arnett tells me you're on to me.
Yes.
And Conan texts Bateman, he says, Bateman, do yourself a favor, turn yourself in. Right.
Yeah.
2 days after your dad passes, of course, your mom passed away.
Yeah, which I did not see coming.
Which you did not see coming. So I text you 2 days after. I knew you were in Boston. I said, Bateman is asking for your sister's street address.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay to give.
Yeah.
And you were busy that weekend. And like a day and a half later, you texted back, just seeing this now. Fantastic. 625 Boylston Street, apartment 12C. Tell Bateman to make it look like a robbery.
I laughed so
both
hard.
of his parents died within like 2 days.
Yeah, by the way, he had just been evacuated from his home and from the fires as well.
Oh, but that is funny. That is truly,
I just thought
truly funny.
For Bateman and Will Arnett to be that comfortable as friends with Conan. I mean, your best friend, even your best friend, loses his mom.
Yeah.
His dad, he's evacuating. He doesn't know if his home's there, and you have the stones.
Give me your sister's address.
And to know that joke would land so well, that's true friendship. That was so good.
Before we do anything else, let's go out to line one. Is that you, Mel?
Yes, it is.
There he is. Mel and Mel. Teal Mel is our biggest
Congratulations.
fan today from our YouTube chat. Mel, appreciate you. I think we got all the information we need. You are into the grand prize drawing. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for listening.
You're welcome, man. We'll see you guys on the 19th.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Awesome.
Yeah, Mel.
Mel's bringing food for the
For the
extravaganza.
breakfast burritos, brisket breakfast burrito.
He knows the way to our hearts.
I
He
cannot
does.
wait. He absolutely does. And that did not give him any advantage in the biggest fan contest.
No.
Those are randomly drawn.
Totally.
We don't have any control over. We get thrown names from our promotions department. They do all the the name selection. Now, are we happy that T.O. Mel got in? Absolutely. But we didn't have anything to do with that.
No.
When you say that we didn't have anything to do with it, it makes it sound
Does
like we
now.
had
Like,
something.
you coulda
to
just
do. You
shut
coulda just shut your pie hole.
Sorry.
Moron.
Moron, and just moved on. Nobody would have known.
We don't know who that is. We've never met him before in our life.
All right. We'll move on. Next clip of audio here. This was a couple of days ago. We were talking about the Golden Globe nominations. We were going through some of the TV film side and kind of joked like, man, there's a lot of these movies, the artistic films. You're like, I've never even heard of those.
No.
I don't know anything about them.
This is maybe the worst draw.
This made me feel bad, man.
This crushed me when I saw this because we've all been there.
Yes, I felt bad for celebrity nomination name reader Marlon Wayans. They had a bunch of people there to come out and list all of the nominees, and this is, I mean, a pinnacle moment for their careers.
Yeah.
Especially people that are behind the scenes, that writers and stuff like that. Like, this is the only time that they get any credit. And Marlon Wayans allegedly was handed like a note card with the names that he was going to have to read off for the nominations like 3 minutes before he went on stage. And there were a lot of unfamiliar names that he had no idea how to pronounce. You hear him struggling. I actually think he did a pretty good job.
I mean, you have no way of knowing if he did a good job or not. But
fair enough.
But he was clearly trying.
He was trying.
How he
handled it.
That's
was,
what I meant.
He handled it really well.
Thank you. After you perfectly read all those names,
Like he already knows I'm screwed.
Yeah.
And the person before him, they didn't have any issues. Brad Pitt,
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Right.
Quentin
Thank you. After you perfectly
Tarantino.
read all those names,
He gets
Golden, K-pop, Demon Hunters.
Okay.
Music by Jung Gu Kwak, Johan Lee, Si Dong Nam, and Jung Hoon Soo.
Not bad.
Park Hoon Jun. Lyrics by EJ, Kim In-jae, Kim Un-jae, Mark Sonnenblick. Somebody's
courtesy
mama
laugh.
at home right now.
What?
Courtesy laughing for or clapping for.
Oh, yeah. Good job.
Somebody's mama at home right now going, what? Who?
My name is Ludwig Göransson.
Ludwig Göransson.
Nah, you want to try that again?
My name is Ludwig Göransson.
So that's how it's pronounced.
Ludwig Göransson. Lyrics by Raphael Sadiq and Ludwig G. Göransson. No Place Like Home. Wicked for Good. Music by Stephen Swartz. Lyrics by Stephen Swartz. Let's hope all names are like that one.
Stephen
Died.
Schwartz. He
He's
knew
just
that
like,
one.
I'm in hell.
That's
right now.
tough.
It
That
did-
is tough.
It did not get any easier. Here's there's some of the real actors, how it's
Saying their
pronounced. Yeah.
Hannah Eibender.
No.
Hacks. Catherine O'Hara, The Studio.
He's now
Best performance by a female actor in a television, musical, or comedy.
Hi, Iowa Debris.
Io Edoberry, The Bear.
My name's Elio.
Elio, Walt Disney, Motion Pictures.
Lionel Fanning.
Ellie Fanning, Sentimental Value.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Got it.
Wicked for Good.
Hi, I'm Inga Ibsdottir Lilas.
Inga Ibsdottir Lilas, Sentimental Value.
I'm Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail Nanjiani, Night Thoughts, Hulu.
Hi, I'm Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton, Train Dreams.
Edgerton. Damn it.
Renata Reinsev, Sentimental Value.
Boy, I'm sweating right now.
Now he felt terrible.
He
was
felt
like
terrible.
He was talking to Variety. They wrote about it, and he was just like, "I feel so bad. Like some of these people probably don't even know they were nominated. I butchered them so bad."
That wasn't my name, he said.
Oh God, man! I just was like, he really. If that's how it was, I mean, you would have thought he would have wanted to do homework and know the names, and they're just like, "Here you go.
Here's your card.
Good luck. You got 3 minutes. You're on the stage."
Carlos said, bro sounds like he's doing spells.
I get nervous reading the biggest fan name occasionally in the morning. Like, I don't know how that's pronounced.
Now talk about the technical directors for
Oh.
K-pop Demon Hunters. Like these, you just don't know. You don't
And
know how they're
they
pronounced.
hand you the card and they're like, good luck. I'm telling you, man, you do it one time doing PA for the Seals. You know, you
I don't know if like the cards had phonetic spelling.
right. You do it one time and in the middle of a game. And then you were like, no, I'm never doing that again. I used to have to write down like, because there's all kinds of, like there's all kinds of weird names that are unfamiliar to me. And you'd go digging through video and interviews and pronunciation guides because holy cow.
I will say he did a much better job than Wayne Gretzky did at the World Cup
Yeah.
draw, who I'm sure knew he was doing that for months.
Yes.
Only had 12 countries in his pot. I mean, he knew which countries were in there before he
He
started.
did, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, he didn't know when they were coming out, but he knew the countries and still butchered about half of them, including calling Curaçao. Like, you didn't look at any of the names of the countries before you started this worldwide broadcast that like 2 billion people are watching around the planet. You didn't think, let me get
Curaçao.
how do you say the name of this country?
Germany.
Germany.
Italy? No. Okay. Nah, it's tough. It's tough, man. I've done it. You know, a guy gets a penalty and you're like, You start to read it, you're like, I have no idea how to say this.
Macedonia.
Macedonia.
I know it's a macadamia nut, so it's probably Macedonia.
Kills me. Kills me. Thank you, Paulie. That was excellent.
I mean, that's like a punishment. Hey, you're gonna blindfold. We're gonna surprise you. We're gonna spring it on you, but you got to do this in front of everybody.
Sounds like he's reading spells. It's fantastic. It's a really, really good line. Thank you, Carlos, and thank you, Paulie.
All right, we're going to take a time out. When we come back, we can talk more about the baseball news or non-news that's coming out of the winter meetings.
How do you talk about non-news?
We do it all the time. Are you kidding me? We talk about non-news all the time here with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But first, you know what time it is. It's time to talk about Eco Water SoCal, such a great company. And it's hard to stay in business for, 100 years, but they've managed to do it by being at the forefront of, water and technology. We've got the Eco Water system in our home. Again, the smartest, most practical upgrade I've ever made for my family. Bring my my big jugs of Eco Water into work every single day. And again, they've been doing this since 1925. They
got them jugs.
I still do. I still have my jugs of Eco Water. And they've been doing this since 1925 when they patented the first self-regenerating water softener. The thing is, you do want soft water. You do not want hard water. Hard water can destroy your plumbing, your appliances, your water heater. If you ignore it, you could have to repipe your entire home, which is not cheap at all. That's one of the reasons we went with Eco Water, but I wanted good, healthy water for me and my family. So we added the alkaline filters. Our hydration has the healthiest boost, and the skin feels better. The hair feels better. The coffee tastes better. And it's been great. It's been great. So you should get that in your home too. Makes a great gift. Trust me. Try the Soft Life and alkaline water now, just $9.95 a month. Call 760-350-3338 or visit ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keep it in soft since 1925.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Shane Steichen, the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts, speaking with the media this morning, makes it sound like there's a chance, not like a pretty good chance, that Phillip Rivers starts this weekend.
Good God.
I mean, I know they're signing him to the practice squad, but if he looks good, they're ready to promote him and start him because obviously not only is Daniel Jones out and Anthony Richardson out for the season, but Riley Leonard has a PCL sprain, which could keep him out of the game as well, leaving them with very few options other than 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, who, of course, we talked about it yesterday, making his surprise return to the NFL after 5 seasons of retirement to join the Indianapolis Colts.
Does he get like a day of practice? I mean, I know he coaches high school. He runs the exact same offense that the Colts run. And so he's
Steichen's offense.
So he's obviously very familiar with it, knows how to execute it. But holy smokes, dude.
Do you think there was conversations in the past, like over the summer?
Yes. Yes.
I don't think this is out of the blue.
Like, hey, Phillip, if worst case scenario, if something crazy happens,
like our quarterback breaks his leg and our
we'd
other
love
quarterback
to call you in November or December.
Yeah.
So he's thinking maybe I just run the same offense. Like I absolutely think there's a plan.
Honestly, I don't think that's why he did it. I think he ran that same offense because he's like, this is a good offense. This offense works, and we have similar type personnel, or I can teach this offense to these kids. And so he knows it. Bro, if he takes the field, who do they play Sunday?
Oh,
good question. NFL schedule. The Reeling Colts have
Seattle.
At the Seattle Seahawks.
Welcome back.
Tough game to return to in the Pacific Northwest there.
I'd be like, can I get one more week of practice? Oh, my
Seahawks are favored by 14
Dang,
right now
that should
without
be
knowing
Sunday.
who the quarterback is.
They don't flex yet, right? That should
Not
be Sunday
yet.
Night Football instead of Dallas and Minnesota.
Dallas again. Oh, they're not.
They're okay.
Terrible.
Minnesota
Minnesota's
sucks.
Horrific.
Seattle's a contender. And then,
He may get killed in that game.
So I saw, I think it was Marcus Spears on ESPN, one of their shows. There was a clip going around. I hadn't heard it, but he was like basically saying, he's like, I'm legitimately concerned
for his
safety, like health. He could get lit up.
The mind is always willing.
I mean,
the mind is always
if
willing.
you're a Seattle Seahawks defender and you're up it's already like 21-3 or something, and you've got a clean shot.
You almost can't
You
take it,
almost
man.
feel like I can't do this. Like I'll try to take him down gently.
You got him on the blind side. Nobody sees you come
Like,
in.
just
The guy's a grandfather. You can't hit a grandfather. Not at full speed, anyway.
It's illegal.
Guys, again, I that would be, if I was his wife, I'd be like, you don't need to do this, man. Like, you've proven enough.
Or is quarterbacking more about decision making?
Well, it's a big part of it, but you have how's your offensive line looking that's gotten 2 quarterbacks killed already this season against a really good defense? How's that going to look, man? 44. Again, the mind is so willing. They're probably, I've listened to interviews with Barry Bonds recently, who's, how old is Barry Bonds now? He goes, I could absolutely time these guys up. Wouldn't take me 5 minutes to get comfortable in the box. Maybe that's true, but it's different. It's not a contact sport. Like you don't have the threat. You get threat of being hit by a pitch and it hurts and it stings for a while, but it's not going to like break your leg. This is one where you're like, bro, you could like blow out your hip and your knee could shatter, and it's just so much mileage on that body already.
I'm picturing, does he, if he's starting in Seattle, does he fly the whole family up like in a box, and you got all the kids, the grandkid, all sitting there watching, and then as they pan to the reactions when he's lying
on the ground
and the trainers are out there, oh no, Dad, Grandpa, what's gone on out there?
It's horrible. Somebody said he trained Drake May last year, and Drake said Phillip would beat him in drills constantly. Yeah, drills. You should see me, Rafa, on the driving range. Absolutely locked in, wedges, piping my driver, 280. No big deal. You get me on the course. Hey, we're playing for $40, and the ball goes into the woods, and I chunk the wedges. It's a different thing entirely to do drills than it is to be on an NFL field against the Seattle Seahawks.
I think here's the problem.
Oh my!
He's not. They're not no designed runs or anything.
The old run and shoot.
But
dude.
Seattle knows that they don't have to. They don't have to worry about a late scramble or anything.
No,
there are nothing. They can just tee off on him.
Rush everybody and drop 4 in coverage, 5 in coverage.
You'll be able to catch him from behind so quickly. Even if he somehow evades the first tackle, you can run him down in an instant from behind. So you don't have to keep anybody spying or anything.
He was slow when he was 24.
Yes.
He is now 44. I hope he's all right. I really do.
Or it'll be one of the greatest stories in sports history.
And if you're Seattle,
they'll make a Hallmark movie about it.
If you're Seattle, you lose to him, you're like, we gotta fold this team. We need to do some internal searching.
What would you guess that line is?
You just said 14.
I just said it's 14 right now. And they haven't named a quarterback yet. But
Got it. I didn't know if it was even a line.
Remember, and Indy was one of the best teams in football.
I feel so bad for them, man.
And now they're 2 touchdown underdogs all of a sudden.
Does that line move up or down with Rivers?
I mean,
compared to, was it Riley Leonard?
Brett Rippon is the other quarterback on their practice squad. And all I've heard is he is so bad that they thought we really need to sign Phillip Rivers.
If you're Brett Rippon,
you're like, all right, that's it for me.
You're looking for a new team, right?
That's it. No, you're looking for a new career.
Yeah,
that's it. All right. Well, listen, he comes back. He's got there's less mileage on the body over the last few years. Maybe he pulls off the ultimate miracle. It would be one of the best stories of all time. This is the rookie. Part 2. Except he's not a rookie. It's crazy. He's a grandfather. He's a literal, actual grandfather. First grandfather to play in the NFL.
Harold Reynolds Padres should trade Mason Miller. We can talk about more about the rumors still circling around the final day of the winter meetings. Get to that final segment of Ben and Woods coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Holidays coming up. You got family in town. You either looking for something to do with them, or as Woods pointed out last week, looking to get away from them for a couple of hours. 7 Mile Casino can be your refuge in Chula Vista, right off the 5 freeway.
No matter where you are, really in the county, it's not 7 minutes away from everywhere, obviously, but it's actually a really easy drive. I mean, even where we live in Encinitas, it's a straight shot. You know, you're not weaving up through the back roads or anything like that. Very simple to get to 7 Mile Casino. And once you walk in the door, you'll be greeted by a California-style blackjack table, square right in the face. To your right will be the Texas Hold'em room, and then around the bar area, the Pai Gow and the Baccarat. But off to the left is a beautiful bar area. You can sit and have a great meal. There's a brilliant patio that you can sit out and enjoy, looking at the bay. It's got everything you're looking for.
Food is amazing. The 24/7 players menu includes my favorite item in San Diego. The Kung Pao chicken at 7 Mile Casino is elite. If you haven't tried it yet, try it off any time of the day, 2 a.m., 4 p.m., whatever. It's available. The brunch on the weekend is also outstanding. Check it out today. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown. Before we go, I just got a horrifying text from one of our colleagues, and I will share what I just learned.
What? Just you?
Just me. Coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Done it now.
We've all done it.
No, it was all you.
We've all done.
Nope,
Paulie
that
was just
you.
Paulie did it too.
Nope,
it
that
wasn't
was
just
all
me.
you.
It was mostly you.
It was mostly Ben.
Welcome back,
Man, dude,
Ben Woods.
really stepped in it this time.
This hour,
Oh.
as long as we're just doing this now. This hour at 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by the California Office of Traffic Safety. In 2023, 1,355 people were killed in alcohol-related crashes throughout California. Driving under the influence of anything is dangerous, illegal, and has serious consequences. Don't be the I in DUI. Go safely, California. So, Paulie, play back just the end of our last segment when we were talking about Phillip Rivers possibly becoming the new starting quarterback of the Colts and the other options that the Colts have.
Does that line move up or down with Rivers?
I mean,
compared to, was it Riley Leonard?
Brett Rippon is the other quarterback on their practice squad. And all I've heard is he is so bad.
I just said I'm going with Brett Rippon.
And all I've heard is he is so bad that they thought we really need to sign Phillip Rivers.
If you're Brett
Rippon, you're like, all right, that's it for me.
You're looking for a new team, right?
That's it. No, you're looking for a new career. Yeah, that's it.
Hmm.
I just said, quote, I'm going with Brett Rippon, man.
I just hope he gets a better opportunity somewhere
I did
else.
honestly hear there were concerns about elevating him from the practice squad. I got a text.
You said he's so bad.
That's what I heard.
That's what you said.
That is what I heard. I didn't.
That's what you said.
I didn't know. I haven't seen Brett
But
Rippon
you said
on a practice
he's so
squad.
bad.
I said that's what I heard. So bad.
Yeah,
that
he is so bad.
So I got a text from Braden. Said, Brett Rippon listens to your guys' show every day.
What?
His wife is from San Diego. They're huge Padres fans.
What?
I did not know that. I did not know that about Brett Rippon
What?
or his wife, and that they are big 97.3 The Fans. Fans. They're fans. And he actually came in with Braden in the summer for a while. Loves the whole station. So now I feel really bad.
I'm sorry, Brett.
I don't, because I think he should be starting this week.
I just want you to get a better opportunity to play.
Yeah.
Is all I was suggesting. Ben over here, though.
He is so bad that.
I mean,
hey, what does
Please
Ben
stop playing it.
Paulie, what does Ben think about Brett Rippon?
He is so bad.
Oh man, that's tough. Tough to hear from a.
I
sports radio
have no.
host.
I don't know.
I like our listeners.
I mean, our goal in this modern media, we're trying to keep listeners.
Yeah.
He is so bad.
Stop, man.
Stop. I feel awful. I really do.
That's not as bad as Brett Rippon feels.
You want to rip any
right
other?
now.
How do you feel about other
Anybody
tier
else?
ones?
Any other tier ones you want to put on blast out there?
He is so bad.
He is so bad. You said.
Yeah, I was ripping Brett.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you just made it worse.
I know, but I couldn't resist.
Yeah, Ben's new segment. Rippin'. J-Dub says, Ben, I do sales. It's been a tough year. Would you like to talk about my sales numbers? Just go in on everyone.
So bad. So bad.
No longer friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Ben Higgins. What are you, Stephen A. Smith now? Just attacking people personally? Skip Bayless, Ben Bayless over there.
He is so bad.
Brett, if you're listening, Paul and I love you very much.
We'd
And
love to have you in.
I said that you should start.
Yeah.
Let's see. Career 59.9
Don't do
quarterback
this.
ratings.
He's trying to justify his take now as his wife is listening. Mrs. Rippon. Look, as Paulie called him early so eloquently, he's a moron. We're sorry. We are very sorry. I hope he forgives you.
I do too. I hope he starts this weekend.
No, that's what I said. That was my
well,
take.
now I do. I didn't. Now that I know he's a tier 1.
Dominic says Ben thought this was a roast. Here's Ben's version of a roast. He gets on stage and hey, let's roast Paulie. He's like,
He
hey,
is so bad.
You're stupid. You're so stupid. Paulie's like, that's not a roast. You're ugly. You're also ugly.
All right, well, now do Woods.
Hey, you are
So bad.
So bad.
He is so bad.
I am dead. I'm dead. Again, Mrs. Rippon and Brett, Mr. Rippon. I just want to apologize on behalf of who thought that I would be the one apologizing for Ben the most? Apologize for my co-host. What are the odds?
That's seemed low at the time.
Now I didn't even know he was if you just hadn't brought it up, no one would have ever known. You had to flex your knowledge.
The Rippons would have known.
The Rippons would have known.
I feel like we needed to address it immediately, not let it fester. What if he shows up one day again, like waiting outside the studio?
He's gonna kick. You already Aubrey Huff wanted to kick your ass. Now you're gonna have Brett
What's
Rippon.
your problem, man?
What is your deal?
Always starting stuff.
Brett, if you're listening, 833-288-0973.
I hope you're practicing in Indianapolis right now.
Why? Because he's so
Ben
bad he
thinks
needs
you
the
need it.
work?
Yeah, Ben.
Ooh, I'm sweaty. Mrs. Rippon, if you're listening too, I'm very sorry to your children if you have children.
They're just looking for Padres rumors
Padres
and
news
right now. They have no idea.
We've got nothing to offer you on that front either.
Catching strays this morning.
Imagine.
Who's the other? Is it Justin Jefferson? Is a Padres fan too?
Is he? I didn't know that.
There's an NFL wide receiver that's like, I thought it was Justin Jefferson.
I don't think so.
There's an NFL wide receiver that was always like posting about the Padres. I'm trying to think of how many other tier 1 NFL players do we have?
A.J. Brown was a Padre.
He was a Padre.
True.
That's right. Man, that was Tony Jefferson. That's right. Tony Jefferson is a huge Padres fan.
Justin Jefferson. That guy was close.
Yeah, close. Yeah, he had half of it.
I was on the right track.
Close. Any thoughts on
I'm not
Tony
gonna insult
Jefferson?
him.
He's awesome. He's awesome. Okay.
He is so bad.
Awesome. That clip, along with Eno's, will make it into the Drop Hall of Fame.
Tony
He is
Jefferson,
so
the
bad.
safety who had the interception.
Yeah.
He's a Padres fan.
Yeah, he's a big
In the-
Padres fan.
In the Monday Night Football game, he just had a safety for the Ravens or
God.
an interception.
We just played in flag football last Friday night, Ben. You know who was the head coach of the other team? Jaleel Adai.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got our ass kicked.
Wow.
Go figure. Really? It's funny watching he was out running the defense, actually. Watching him run the defense and then watching our guy out there running the defense, which is not me. I've been demoted. It was a little bit different. It was a little they ran some different sort of schemes and things for 7 year.
Got to cover him a little bit.
He was great
with the Chargers.
He was so nice
terrific.
and
Yeah,
cool
real
and,
nice
and
guy.
dapped up all the kids, and he was awesome, dude. And I'll tell you what, dude looks like he could strap it on tomorrow, like just ready to go.
Well, we got to check traffic one last time. And if there is anything big today, there's certainly a lot of talk around Mason Miller right now at the winter meetings. It doesn't mean he's going anywhere, but the talk continues. We'll wrap up with that coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Wrapping things up with a few problems here, including a car fire northbound 15 before Adams Avenue. It's over to the right shoulder. Also traveling on westbound 8 near El Cajon Boulevard. We have reports of some sort of wood pallet in that right lane. Northbound 805 near the 163, collision over to the right shoulder. Several vehicles involved. We also have reports of a crash in the Balboa off-ramp of southbound 163. And southbound 15 before Scripps Poway Parkway, there is a collision involving a couple vehicles. It's over the right shoulder. Looks like that could be in the clearing stage. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Now, sometimes these things have a tendency, like a tumbleweed, to start picking up momentum, but there's nothing really there. But everybody talking about Mason Miller right now, the podcast, the live shows in Orlando.
And he is not bad. He is very good.
He's very good.
If you're listening, Mrs. Miller, we think the world of Mason.
He is so bad. But Harold Reynolds, the latest on MLB Network, started talking about Mason Miller, about being a potential someone the Padres should consider trading in their efforts to build up a starting rotation for this coming season. And that does seem, Saris, when he was on earlier, agreed with you, Woods. The first time you heard blockbuster deal and AJ Preller working on something big, it wasn't the name Fernando Tatis Jr. that came to mind. Not for any of us. We don't think Fernando's going anywhere. But the name Mason Miller was the first one that really made at least some sense if you're going to make a deal this offseason.
Yeah, he's young, he's absolutely elite, and he's got several years of control at a pittance. And there are so many teams that could use a guy like that getting the last 3 outs or the last 6 outs in the playoffs. He was absolutely spectacular in his first playoff appearances of his career and doesn't look like he's slowing down much at all.
And I don't know that it should matter, because once he's a Padre, and we loved him for a couple of months, but only a couple of months. He's not, a long-term core member of the franchise, at least as of now. He certainly could be. If
he literally
sticks around.
became my favorite Padre.
I know he did.
He was a must-watch TV.
Well, and also it was because I'm like, we got him for 4 years. This is going to be great. Bo loved him. The whole family loves Mason Miller. And I was looking forward to interviewing in spring training. We still might get that chance. He might not find the right deal. And if that's the case, believe me.
He may not even be looking. This is AJ Preller we're talking about. No one really knows anything when it comes to AJ Preller in the offseason, but that's simply what's being talked about right now. And everybody with not that many moves, you can only talk about Kyle Schwarber returning to the Phillies for so much airtime. They talked about Edwin Diaz to the Dodgers. They need something to talk about today. And that is that's right fodder for all the talk shows at the moment.
Yeah, no question about it. Today, again, and just remember, winter meetings are the winter meetings. It's not like at 5 p.m. they go, all right, doors closed, no more deals can be made.
Right. We're just laying the groundwork a lot of times.
Right. They're laying the groundwork. And oftentimes, has been reported before, a deal that gets talked about at the winter meetings will come to fruition a month later. You know what? I thought more about it. We can do that. Let's get it done. So we'll see. I would love them to make a big move because, frankly, we need the help. So
and AJ himself said yesterday on MLB Network, 99% of the things that he talks about, that they discuss, don't end up happening.
Yep.
1% of things. Now, that's because he talks about a ton of things.
Lots.
So this is probably in the 99% bucket, not in the 1% bucket.
One day when he's all done and retired, I would love to sit with him over a beer and say, what is the craziest proposal that either you heard or that you pitched that was close to happening? Honestly, like, was it Manny Machado and blah, blah, blah? Like, how crazy down the road did you get? And I wonder if he'd be forthcoming with that information. I bet he would
one day
when he's all done with this game. But it was, it's been a slow winter meetings for the Padres, kind of expected. But I saw somebody tweet earlier, the winter meetings suck. I'm like, there's actually been some activity. I mean, we've had some big names come off the board. We got some relievers signed, things like that. But still waiting on that big splashy move.
All right, and things could still happen today. Sam Levitt will still be live from Orlando with Braden and with Gwen and Chris later today, so stay tuned.
Shout out to Brett Rippon, by the way, and his whole family. Big fans here. Paul and I.
Love you, Brett.
Love you, Brett.
Maybe he'll be on Braden's show again today. Who knows?
Keep
so bad. That's it for us.
God.
For Paul Reindl, for Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday from all of us here at 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.